Here we go. Here we go. Where's the count? Yo.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that. It's a click of a button.
I mean, still, when when a paladin, like, you just get this like boot up thing. It's like a theme song and everything. I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah, see, I don't know how to do all that.
No, I don't.
It's like I couldn't even like access this, like to put the thumbnail. So I'm finna put the thumbnail now. Besides, like the basic, it's using my basic banner. I'm like, that's not what I want to use.
I was buying a saber from some kid off the Facebook Marketplace, and he was like on, he's like on, he's on the Facebook Marketplace, but he's also in PayPal, and I'm seeing everything that he's doing on my phone screen, and I was like, I don't think I should be seeing all of this.
Yeah, right.
Because the transaction is happening. It's like, I'm like, that's all magic.
Get a pen and paper. All right, we got the card.
I mean, I'm Gen X.
The card number?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like writing all this. I'm Gen X.
I still can't see it.
Right on the cusp. The technology just.
I don't know. I still
got
can't
my
see it.
computer working.
Oh, you know what I might have to do? Do this. Ain't nobody watch this no way. So,
John, I didn't get to watch your remarks regarding everyone's favorite Star Wars show, right? But I figured that's something that we were probably going to talk about and probably get canceled.
Do we have to? Do we have to talk about it?
I don't really care what anybody thinks about my opinion. So I mean, I'll tell you, I think the show is trash. I think it's written terribly. I think the dialogue sucks. Donkey talk, and I think the lightsaber fight was pretty fucking good. I liked it. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
I'll go back. I'll watch
5
that
was good.
times. But everything else is trash. Pronouns, he or they. I'm like, dude, leave that out of sci-fi.
I'm not even talking about all that. I'm talking about the friggin' wishes, the power of one, the power
that
of
was
two,
like
the
weird.
power of many. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching Hocus Pocus 3.
Calling the Force the thread, and I know, people call it different. I don't care. I don't like it.
See that's not to me. That's fine. But I mean, the guy, doing the pec flex, doing his laundry, steaming his shirt.
Oh, Yord.
Yeah. I had to look up his name. I forgot it. I'm like, give me a break.
One of the most satisfying things I've ever seen is when dude snapped his neck like.
I will say, I love the villain.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that monstrosity,
if you haven't seen it, you're not missing much.
It comes pre-spoiled, but I mean, what you gotta do. That's my take on the show. Like, it's just from every facet of it, other than maybe that fight choreography, it's just so amateurishly done. And I don't know why Disney keeps hiring people that don't have the skills to produce a cohesive story. Like, you guys watch The Boys?
I haven't not watched The Boys yet, but I've been watching House of the Dragon, which same point.
House of the Dragon. That's a good example. That show is just so well acted, well written, conceived. I like it better than Game of Thrones. And it's riveting every week. Everything has a causality. There's like a logical extension of everything that happens in that show. My main complaint about the Acolytes, other than the dialogue, is the lack of logical cohesion between one event and the next. It's like nothing has any logical connection. It's just a bunch of random stuff that was like kind of put into a bag and
poshed together,
and then like thrown on the ground and then kind of sorted out. It's like, and it's just sort of. It's just like, do we deserve this?
I mean, not that any of the shows are flawless. None of the shows are flawless. But for me personally, Andor is close to flawless. But with this show, Acolyte, it's just that the crap sticks out too much. There is some things I do like, but the crap sticks out too much for me to just blow off. Unlike the other shows. Kenobi, I know, has faults. Book of Boba Fett, I know, has its faults. I just brush that off. I can't with Acolyte for some reason.
Yeah. And you know the thing that's really burning everybody is like everybody in the community is just saying, "Hey, you're producing a crap quality product." So Disney has to go after you like you're a bigot, like you're misogynist.
And I don't understand that at all. Like I'm sure
They're going after everybody.
I'm sure the actresses are getting some hate. I'm sure they are. But that's not all of us. We just don't like the writing. We don't like the lore breaking.
Yeah.
What about? Did you see my little short? Yeah. Well, did you see my little short about when Star Wars Theory was talking about the guy floating? Did you see that? He was talking about. He's like, why did Anakin just do that? And he was like, Anakin, what are you doing? He goes, I'm floating, master. It's hilarious. I'm like, every time he says I'm floating, master, I crack up, dude. That guy's hilarious. I love it.
I did hear that. I heard it. I didn't see it.
Yeah. He's been floating for 10 years. He hasn't had anything to eat, nothing to drink. He should be death warmed over, but he looks, old, but not that bad. But I mean, I don't know.
Star Wars Theory's impressions of Anakin and Obi-Wan are perfect.
Oh yeah, dude. He's a talented dude. He really is.
He's not my favorite, but I'm like, no hate. There's no point in hate.
He's one of my favorite. There's not much I don't agree with him with. There's some stuff I don't agree with him with, but just like anybody else. But like
the guy,
as far as like his, go ahead, Paradigm.
I was just gonna say the guy that kind of sums up every episode of that show perfectly for me is the Critical Drinker.
Oh no, he's fantastic.
Oh man,
he lays it out there.
I still can't figure out how to put the thumbnail on this damn video. Like I just can't find it. I can't find where to do it. It's not even showing. The live stream's not showing up in studio, so I just don't. I don't know. Your videos, live stream, nope. Videos, nope.
I was trying to do a short on YouTube, and I was trying to trim it because I had my acolyte mask on, and I couldn't see what I was doing, so like I kind of stopped, and I was like, I could just edit this, and I took the mask on, and I'm looking at it, and I keep like doing what the app says to do, and it just wouldn't. It absolutely wouldn't. I'm like, I just don't understand this technology. It's been like an hour trying to trim a video, and like it says specifically to do this, then do this, and do this, and nothing was happening. 15 tries.
I don't like using the editing stuff on the vertical videos, like shorts or like reels. I like to edit. I like to edit and then upload it. Although I've been using the Reels editor a little bit, and I've gotten a little better at it, but it's just wonky to me because I'm used to iMovie, and iMovie's like simplistic and streamlined. You can't do a whole lot on it, but what you can do is simple.
So, John, a little while back, I asked Shannon to make me an intro using the. This is so stupid. Using the intro music from Lord of the Rings.
The last one I sent you, you can use it. It won't get claimed. I swear it won't.
Yeah.
I put it on my channel and it didn't get claimed.
Well, I saved it. I made a video with that. It got claimed while it was uploading.
Oh, that's bad.
Well, it was the official Lord of the Rings thing, and I was like, "There's got to be like a mix, where it's like a little different, like epic version or something." And I found it, and he's like, "It won't work." And I'm just like, "Well, let me put it up on my channel." And I put it up.
Studio, the freaking what's his name that directed the movie? What's his first name? Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson. Like his face shut up. It's like
You didn't say the magic word.
Please. God damn it! I hate this hacker crap.
Yeah. No. Don't use anything from Lord of the Rings.
Anything official like that, like you can't use their music. Like
you
can't use their music. You can't use their music and monetize it. You can use their music, but you just can't monetize it.
Yeah.
Just can't make money off of it.
Which I don't care. Like if I want to use the track, I'm gonna use the track. As long as I don't get a strike, I don't care. It's like I swear.
Claim no big deal. Yeah.
Right, because a good third of my videos have claimed music on it. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not really trying to make money.
I mean,
anyways.
I haven't
It's a
made
hobby for me.
off of YouTube in like 2 years. It's just like I just don't think it's possible to make money off of them anymore, unless you're like.
I mean, you have to be really, really big, right?
Really
I mean,
prolific.
You gotta be Mr. Beast.
well, I mean, no. I mean, you can have. I mean, I don't know. Mr. Beast is like the biggest one, right?
Officially now, yes.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta have at least like, I don't know, 50 to 100,000 subs, and then like a lot of watch time. Like the combination of those is how I'd say you
Yeah.
get money. I think I'm not an expert or nothing like that.
I
But
tell you, what you need to have is like a reaction channel, like because I mean I'm kind of addicted to reaction channels, and I've like one of my favorites. Her name's Angela. It's Little Gal Reacts or something like that.
yeah.
And I started watching her because she's like me watching something.
Yeah.
Her and our sensibilities line up, and she's cool. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
and she doesn't. I mean, she has a little bit too much, like 10 or 12 minutes of exposition at the beginning because she likes the theory craft, which is fine. But like, I want her channel just before you know it. They got the YouTube thing on the wall in the background. It's like, I've only been watching your channel for like 6 months. You already have like, you've got the thing.
25,000,
Right.
250,000 subs or something like that. Isn't that
I
much?
can't break 2,000. Like, and I looked at your channel. I looked at yours. And I'm like, how do you have 3,000?
Yeah.
I'll explain that. I told John off air. I'll explain how my channel is. It's on like a perpetual little curve here. So I haven't really been doing a lot of lightsaber shit, right? So I was like, I like making the edits, like sing some music and shit. So I put together this little thing with Anakin and Ahsoka, and at the end of it, it's got their little parts of their interaction from Rebels, and I put the old Star Wars music behind it, and it's got 1.2 million views.
Yeah.
And I get 5, 10, 20 subs every day. Some days are slower than the others. But I got a notification. It's like, your video has over 1 million views. I said, what? I said, what does? I was like, oh, that one. I'm like, oh, fuck. I said, hell. Okay.
The best I've ever been able to do with the short is like 2,500 for one of my transition ones.
Yeah.
That was
I've
it.
got
That's
a
the best
couple
I've
that's
been doing.
hit. It's hit like, well, I don't know, a couple. I don't have at least one. I might have 2 or 3. But yeah, that one just took off. I don't know.
All it takes is one.
It makes no.
Lock up.
Well, he's done.
Uh-oh. Shannon?
Let's quit the pose.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We don't need him anyway. So,
Well, no, he's... Houston, we have a problem.
fuck that guy. No one's watching this anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a shame. But
Oh, God. Yeah. So,
we spoke out against Acolyte.
yeah. Well, I mean, once you go after the mouse, he's probably frantically restarting his shit right now.
Probably, yeah. All right, well, folks, hang in there. Oh shit.
Oh boy. Well,
Well,
you're on that side, so that means that you're in charge. So
I don't have my.
you're complete.
I need my auxiliary command.
So what are we gonna talk about? Oh my god! Like there's only like 100,000 things to talk about.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk politics. No, just kidding.
No, please, no.
Sorry.
So, I got this baby.
Yeah, I have 2 talents.
I gotta say, I like this.
It's pretty cool. It's a little bit like holding a pine cone, but it's definitely a cool.
Yeah, I like the emitter's kind of cool. Yeah. I
I'm
like the
talking
claw
about
look.
the pommel tends to be a little bit of a gougy thing.
A little bit.
Yeah. See, you got one with the first harvest. The ones that I have are really old. One is I think it's like a Saber Core 2.0, just has like Viridian and Blaster Deflect, and it
Yeah.
has like the LED like shines through the neck, but it barely lights up the blade. It's really kind of weak. But then I have another one which has the Saber Core 3.0, which is the what used to be their premium whatever, and that one's really bright. That one has a blood orange LED, and it's really nice.
Trying to see if I have a Allen wrench here so I can get the blade out. Hold on a minute.
I like how the emitter on that one has multiple. It has like 3 or 4 retention screws.
Yeah,
That blade's never coming out.
it does feel very secure. Yes. All right. Let me. Because that was something I wanted to show. Nope, that's too big of a wrench.
I have 2 sabers with a threaded blade, as I told you in a comment.
Yeah, yeah.
I really like kind of like it. When you have the blade out, it actually looks like you don't even need like a blade plug because it looks like an actual lightsaber emitter inside there with everything that it's already there.
But I was surprised I got the threaded, and then once I saw the thin neck, I realized immediately that was why they did it. Because
Yeah,
there's a regular blade, it would have been that good of a fit. Too many retention screws. There we go.
I ordered
There we
another
go.
threaded blade just like yesterday, and they already shipped it.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, there's get a close up of that. For what that is, and for what this is, frankly, I'm surprised that the light distributes through the blades so well.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
mean, the LED is right at the base. It's basically just sort of a normal baselet, you know.
yeah,
It's not really. It's not like a neopixel or even like a string whatever string pixel, whatever it's called.
right, right. Come on, you.
It's really an odd solution by uh by these guys
It
because I
does
mean
work.
you can't have the first harvest is an RGB soundboard, but you can't do an RGB threaded blade because it's just not possible. You could do a thread-in NeoPixel.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's why I thought it was odd that I had to pick a color blade. I couldn't do the regular RGB. But now that you just said that, you know what? That does make sense.
Yeah,
They would have had to have had one LED in here.
it's sort of I can imagine it's one of those things that like I mean they have to carry the thread-in blades now because they probably sold enough sabers and people are probably they'll always need blades, so they're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And if they decide to like stop going with that system, they'll still have to keep making the blades at least for a few years. But I don't know. I bought a second blade. I bought a light blue blade because I had bought a second blade already to go into my Forsaken, but it for some reason it won't work.
Oh yeah.
And the blade that is in my Redeemer will work in my Forsaken. So I figured I'll just get another blade for my Redeemer and use the blade that I had for my Redeemer in the Forsaken from now on. And then I have a third blade, which is like I said, it's blood orange, so that one I can pop into my Redeemer. The Redeemer is the Obi-Wan style,
Yeah. All right. Yep.
whereas the Forsaken is just kind of like another thin neck, more like a Jedi one. I'm gonna message Shannon
Well, we're still broadcasting at least, so.
Like, make sure that he didn't get taken out by a tornado or something, you know?
Oh shit! I hope not.
Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Do. No, that's not him. Did you watch Godzilla -1?
Yes, I did. Oh baby.
Did I see? I think I saw your review for that.
Yeah, I posted something on Insta.
I have never seen. Well, okay, I've been watching Godzilla movies my entire life.
Yep.
I've seen them all, or I'd seen the majority of them.
Yep.
This movie is the first one that I would call a masterpiece.
Yes.
It just, well, you go ahead. You could talk about for a minute.
No, I told my boys while we were watching it. I said, "This is not from Japan." I mean, the legendary, the American movies are one thing, but from Japan, this is not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't seen Shin Godzilla, so I don't know how that compares to this, but -1 is on a whole different level.
Shin Godzilla is his computer crapped out, so I'm going to keep restarting it. Shin Godzilla is sort of it's a different take on Godzilla. I remember when I saw that movie, it was for the most part a lot of meetings. Like they focused on the human characters, but they didn't have the story that they have in Godzilla -1. That just where you've got this the family that just kind of comes together. These people just to survive.
Yep.
And they become this makeshift family. And you just get so invested in the story of these three and the little girl. I don't know where they found like a cute little moppet like that can act.
Yep.
And then that woman who lost her children. I'm not remembering everyone's names right now.
I know who you mean though. Yeah. Yep.
And then all of his friends on the ship, and then all the guys at the meeting when they were discussing what they were going to do about Godzilla. Like every character, like I'm back.
There he is.
We're talking about Godzilla -1. So if you haven't seen it, Shannon, we'll try not to spoil anything. Okay.
Bro,
okay. All right.
I went and seen it day 1, son.
Okay. Good. All right.
His just little things were like, what was it? Shishima. What was his name?
Shishima.
And then he had the guy from the island, the other guy that survived, who was the mechanic.
The mechanic.
He had to get that guy. It had to be that guy to fix the airplane. And anytime they had the scene with the airplane and they played that theme, they had like a theme music for the airplane. And just like every character in that like movie I loved. And the movie would not be the same if any one of them were removed, no matter how small it was. Like when at the meeting, like one of the guys in the audience like cracked a joke. If that guy wasn't there, it would it would affect the overall feel of the movie. I've never watched a Godzilla movie where every minute I was riveted and my heart was like 100%. Like I was in complete catharsis. I've never loved a movie as much as I love that movie.
As good as Godzilla is in the movie, you could take him out.
Yes.
And I would still be all in with these characters. And their story. Even without Godzilla, I was still hooked. I was all in. Godzilla was a cherry on the sundae.
Godzilla was terrifying.
That atomic breath, that
Evil
shockwave.
Well, his
I've
eyes.
never seen anything like that. That was
Nope.
just like, okay, look, in Shin Godzilla, it was kind of the same. But when Shin Godzilla, that was a really screwed up looking Godzilla. He was terrible.
Yes.
He was
That
ugly,
was pain.
All
Yep.
versions.
His atomic breath, it was like a phaser on overload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was terrifying too. Like when it like zipped back and forth and like completely shredded the entire government and the entire army like to ribbons. And at one point in that movie, they're like, okay, our entire government is gone now. So you guys, the agriculture guy, I guess you're in charge. This is Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. What about the fucking Death Blossom fucking out of his damn?
Oh, the back.
I'm like, okay, that's a little.
It was like cocking a gun.
It's a little over the top, but
yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'd actually never seen Shin Godzilla until after I went and watched Minus. I was like, let me give this one a try because I thought like when he was coming out of his tail and he's got a mouth in his tail and I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this. It might be stupid.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. But -1 is a cinematic masterpiece.
And all
100%.
like something like, $10 million. They said 15, but it was actually more like 10.
Yeah, the director said 15 million. I wish.
Yeah, and they used practical effects, which I still think there's room for practical effects in big budget movies.
Yes.
Done right.
Yes.
They look more real.
Yep.
Some of that CGI shit still looks wonky. It's like that's fake as fuck. But then you got somebody in a good tailored suit or with some right makeup and stuff. I mean, just look at Elvis's old channel. I mean, that stuff holds up today if done right.
Well, I mean, think about that scene. It's like the pivotal. It's like the centerpiece of the movie when they first encounter Godzilla and Godzilla is in the water chasing after them while they're in the boat and they're dropping the mines.
Yep.
And that could look completely stupid with low budget CGI, but they made that work. That was Godzilla. That was Jaws. That whole
Yes.
That's a very good
Jaws
comparison. Yeah.
And
when the mine was in Godzilla's mouth and the guy's aiming, I even called. I said, "Smile, you son of a bitch!" Bam.
Yeah. And then he regenerated. And
Yeah.
Holy shit, he regenerates.
He can do that.
Like, when it started, just kind of like, I was like, damn, he's bored. Watch out, bro. Here he comes. He's gonna be pissed, dude.
But it wasn't stupid either. You didn't roll your eyes at it. You were like, "Oh shit!"
I feel like it was very believable. The whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just. Never mind best visual effects. That movie should have won best foreign film.
It should have won
Easily.
best film. Straight
Yes.
up. Putting Hollywood to shame, brother.
Yep.
I mean, I saw Oppenheimer and a few of the other movies, and yeah, they're incredible cinematic pieces, but like just like from the standpoint of a movie that had no wasted, there was no fat on that movie. It was just a lean, perfect, like perfectly paced, perfectly acted. I mean, like when Tsushima, after Noriko, after we all think that she died, and I'm heartbroken.
Yeah.
Like, I was in love with her. She
Yep.
was so perfect for him, and they never got to cement their relationship and make it real because he was suffering from PTSD and just hadn't figured out how to live. And when he saw Godzilla in that classic scene where he's just standing there with a mushroom cloud in the background and started screaming, and it was just like that guy in that scene let his soul break.
Yep. He died. He died inside.
Acted the fuck out of that scene.
The body was still upright, but he died inside. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that movie, like,
you cared about the characters. It did the impossible. You ended up caring about the characters.
And they did it by being normal and not weird. Like Oppenheimer was a little bit weird about it.
Oppenheimer was a little weird in spots. Yeah. I agree
yeah,
with
and
that
it's
100%.
just sort of like, Hollywood hasn't figured out that we're humans and we understand other humans being human. Like, can you just do a fucking movie like this? like with like normal people doing normal shit, and then this is how you would normally deal with a threat like Godzilla or something like that. You don't have to, everything doesn't have to be like a quippy one-liner or like I'm the hipster cool, hero, or I'm like the badass. It's just like fucking do normal.
And the other thing, speaking of normal, Scott, I just thought of something. The way the weapon they use against Godzilla in this movie, even in the original, the '54 version, you have some invented tech for the movie, the oxygen destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
What do they use in this movie? They use science.
Yeah.
The pressure,
Yeah.
the depth. Nothing outlandish, nothing too crazy. They use what they actually had. And you had, I don't want to say verisimilitude, I'm mispronouncing it, I don't know, but there was like realism in an out of reality movie.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Yeah, I mean that whole concept was just like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Like all of it. The scientist guy, the friend there, he was great.
Oh, the doc. Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Yep.
I loved the whole crew of that ship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell you what, that scene when Godzilla, after they raised him up and they were trying to kill him with the decompression, and he started to load up his atomic breath, and they killed the music, and everyone went silent and just was like, "We're done for."
Yeah.
And then the music started, and then Shishima shows up with the plane, and everything that happens after that. You guys saw Apollo 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You remember, like, when they lose radio contact and everybody's like giving up hope?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they pop back in.
And then they finally see the
Suspense.
Yeah, right.
that kind of gravitas. I have not seen that replicated in a movie since Apollo 13, where you know how the story's going to end. Every time you see it, you know how it's going to end.
Yep.
But you're emotionally invested and you're losing your shit every single time. The crew of Apollo 13 is not going to survive this time. They're not going to make it. I'm like, it's just like, and then it shows up and you just start crying and you're like, yeah, it's just like, and they did that in Godzilla -1. It's just like, how?
Yeah. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw something somewhere and it was like, they should let like a Japanese film company make a Star Wars movie and make like the planet
Why not?
be like an Asian culture. And I'm like, holy shit, I would watch that.
Why not?
And
What they've done with anime.
great. You saw
You see
what?
what they've done with Star Wars, like anime, like little. I've seen some Star Wars
Oh,
like,
yeah.
small things, and I've seen like all the characters done like anime style.
Well, look at Visions.
Yeah, honestly, I would watch a movie based on the Ronin character 100%.
Imagine,
Oh, yeah.
imagine if Hayao Miyazaki did a Godzilla movie. If Miyazaki did a Godzilla movie, like, fuck Disney. Let's get everyone. Dude,
Talk about getting.
I've seen fan-made Star Wars stuff that blows away anything Disney can even think.
I'm with you on that one.
SC-38.
Especially plot.
SC-38, right?
Yeah,
If you want to see a good Star Wars fan film, if you have not already, not now. Anybody watching the stream, watch the stream, but afterward. Look up Darth Maul Apprentice.
All two of
y'all. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, dude. Like
Darth Maul Apprentice.
that's probably my favorite one.
It's not Ray Park, but you wouldn't know what to look at it. Oh my god!
And I love that they use.
That out.
I love they use freaking ultra sabers in that video.
I noticed that. Yeah, the guy's got a sentinel. I'm like, holy crap! No.
Hey, is it me or does like every lightsaber in Acolyte look like an ultra saber?
Yeah, because they're chunky, bro.
I haven't been able to get it. I haven't bothered to look at them. So I mean, but the close-ups, yeah, you're right. There's nothing.
You can go ahead and you can buy souls and Yeah, and Inara, they already got those out, and I
And
guarantee
they're
you.
nice, but what's the like everyone's dead. well,
Well, I mean, they
Soul's
look
alive,
they're
but-
they're streamlined, like they're kind of basic, except for a little. Like Souls looks like a miniature version of one of Ahsoka's heels. Like
Yeah,
one of the
but
bunny
it's-
ears, only no bunny ears, and
it's got the bluing on it. It's
yeah, the
nice.
blue. Yeah, it's not bad looking.
I like Inara's with the little copper plates
thing on the
and what he
side.
did with the emitter.
Yeah,
I would definitely buy one, but it's just kind of like
They don't really
No,
stand
I
out.
don't-
No.
I don't want to.
all those characters are in a stupid show and they're not surviving.
I would like to see somebody's take. I mean, I didn't really got a good look at it yet, but the Sith's his little lightsaber with the pull out dagger.
That's cool. That
That was cool. Yeah, I didn't expect that when he pulled out that second. I was like, oh shit,
Well,
dual
Jack,
wielding,
you didn't
son.
expect it either.
No, I will say I like the villain when he took
And
the
I
mat.
like the girl too. The apprentice girl, the one that got killed, the one that got stabbed.
She was
I'm
alright.
like, damn,
She was
dude,
alright.
you done killed her off. I mean, she was
Yeah.
the best fighter.
Well, she's freaking X-13 from
I know,
Logan.
that's what I'm saying.
That's why she looked familiar. Thank you. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's her name?
Daphne.
Daphne
King?
King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We
But
needed more
good
of that
thing is-
character.
the good thing is that she was wearing makeup, so she could play somebody else easily.
True.
Is
I mean,
anybody upset
maybe
that
not
Lord
easily,
died?
but I don't care. I'd be like, I don't care. Recast her and put her in something else because she was damn good. Damn
Does
good.
anybody care that Yord died?
No.
No, like I said, that was one of my favorite moments when he was like,
It was a nasty way to go. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I kind of like, I kind of laughed out loud. I was like, huh?
He had all the worst lines in it. It's like everything that he said in that show was just like, yeah, dude, that was like fucking ridiculous. So
Well, did you
it's like-
did you see that little thing that he did on one of the interview shows where he said Anakin blew up the
Yeah.
Death Star?
what was that?
he blew up
And
the Death Star.
he said Anakin blew up the Death Star and he was evil
Yeah.
and he killed millions of people because he did. And I was like, and they
And-
were telling
and the
him,
people-
shut up.
The people were sitting next to him and they were
my-
just like, Anakin told you didn't blow up the Death Star. That was Skywalker. Shut up!
Wrong Skywalker.
That just goes to show you some of those people that they got
You-
work, Star Wars
you
have
can't-
no idea what they're doing at all. They're just like, does it stick?
Jar Jar Binks was Darth Vader. It's like, what the
Does it stick?
No, you
No, they
can't
don't like that either.
do that. Gosh darn it. Drink a beer to that,
Cheers, Gaffer.
Cheers.
But Saul's not bad. I will admit. I don't mind him.
I like
I
Soul.
Like I said,
like-
I wish they
I
picked a
like
different
the
name for the
Stranger.
character.
Yeah. Look, I don't have a problem with Saul, but it's just I understand that the man learned English to do the part. But I'm just
He did an excellent job. You could have fooled me. You could have fooled me.
tired of everyone's short of breath when they're delivering their lines, like they just ran a marathon. It's like we'll wait for Shannon to stop.
Shannon, play with your toys. Come on.
Nerd.
All right, okay.
Line them up, boys.
I love this thing. I love it. Love it.
Look,
Love it.
Good to be a nerd.
We all got some beauties here. Look, very,
Yeah.
very nice.
This thing weighs like this thing's like heavy, but like a good kind of heavy.
Who'd you say it was from? Corbat?
Yeah, I bought this off of a seller on
That's nice.
Facebook for literally half what it goes for. Here, check this shit out.
But I saw on your little heading it said it's got a crystal chamber. So
Yeah. I can manage to do this without like breaking my saber.
Savvy's workshop size accurate. I just read that. Oh shit! I forgot you could show comments.
See?
Oh yeah, dude.
I know. Been a while since we've done a stream. We forgot about that.
I know, dude. Like I was like, how do I do this again? Oh yeah, I can do.
Click.
both things. Yeah. Start.
Oh
yeah, all right.
Oh, dude, that's sweet. Nice little removable chassis.
Nice.
Look,
Yeah, removable chassis are the way to go, man. I like them.
I've been wanting to get a weathered Obi-Wan saber forever and a day, and I've wanted to get another saber with a crystal chamber, because the only one that I had with a crystal chamber was I've got an SK. It's the Saber Forge version.
Yeah.
And I just don't really like the SK design. For me, it's just not a very comfortable saber, and it's very impractical.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came across someone selling this, and I was like, and the price was, I was torn between that and a Empire, a Vader, and then Empire Strikes Back Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, this was the better deal. It was like I said, like half price. And the seller, the guy, the kid, it was just a kid. And he was awesome. He like nailed the sale. I'm so happy with this purchase. But then my budget's gone. from my last,
Right.
Gotta let it recover. I know.
I bought 3 sabers. How about that, Shannon? This is a
Oh yeah,
saber.
Geonosis.
A Geonobi.
Right.
This is
Anakin, do copy. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Nice.
This is got a golden harvest.
Who makes that one?
Saber Bay.
Saber Bay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who did the install, but whoops, don't come up that way. Okay. Stop it. Whoop. So it's got like one of these dealies.
Oh yeah.
Like a little power.
I
cord,
love
right?
installs like this. This is my favorite type of install.
Me too.
Especially if it has like a kill switch.
My Saber, yeah, the Saber Trio power core thing it's ridiculous.
Stop it. It's so sensitive. So I've got that, and I bought a Saber Forge Phoenix Mark II. Basically, it's an Ahsoka.
I was gonna say that's okay.
A chassis just like this. I don't know who installs all these sabers I've been buying, but they're doing.
Those are all secondhand, all 3 of them.
Yeah, because like
It's pretty good.
I bought like. I probably paid half what these sabers are worth, just by like shopping smart, shop smart, shop S smart. Because I only had like a little bit of. I only allowed myself like I gave myself from my settlement $1,000, and I didn't even spend that. So yeah. Anyway.
I thought I saw something. Is Saberforge doing the removable chassis themselves? I thought I saw something like that.
They have the you can buy a Golden Harvest version. You can buy a Golden Harvest chassis, like a removable chassis.
Yeah.
For their ecos.
Oh, all right.
So that's what I saw was that they're doing that.
So
but
they're
I don't
putting
know.
Golden Harvest in the LGT sized sabers. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, they have all their apprentice size hilts. They pretty much have converted like a lot of those apprentice size to work with the LGT style cores.
Core. Right. Okay.
Those are their eco line. They basically have an eco version of
everything now. Yeah.
And they have eco versions of you have one.
Yeah,
that's like that one John just got. I mean, like, damn, that's eco.
This is an eco. The
My
weight for an eco, there's some serious weight to this thing.
Yeah, my black one up here with the it looks like the flagship. It's eco.
I have an eco.
And it's got the Xeno 2 in it.
I found an eco Venom on eBay.
Yeah.
I never even saw one on Saberforge, but I found one on eBay. It's really cool to be able to like upgrade them. That's such a nice hill. I have the Aris, but
Yeah.
the Aries is like the upgrade of that. But now you've
I-
got a Kanan, you know.
I've wanted this one for quite a while. I finally managed to grab it. So
Have you played with the app any, John?
not yet, no.
Have you downloaded the app yet?
To be honest, no. I haven't gone that far with it.
It's like
No.
you can turn the sensitivity down to the smooth swing and the gesture control, not the smooth swing, the gesture control, and you can go through the colors and you can go through the sound fonts. And now they just updated it not too long ago. I saw a video on it. You can actually add, I think, tracks now through the app,
Oh yeah, nice.
which I don't know how to do any of that, but
Ike, to answer your question, yes, Saberforge still has the screw in blades. That's what this is, because of the thin neck.
I
The,
hate
the,
those
the
blades.
threaded blades. That's what this is.
It was a good idea in theory, but it's not practical.
No, I'm
Does it feel weird?
not really. To be honest, I mean, I wouldn't duel with this thing, but I
Oh,
don't feel like it's gonna fly out either.
I don't
Well,
feel,
didn't
I
they
have-
make a different version that after Paradigm broke his? They're like,
They
oh,
might have improved it.
Listen, the original version had kind of like a brass colored. The base was brass colored. This one, I've had the new blade for a while now, and I think they licked it, but it's a dumb system, but it's livable. I
Yeah,
don't mind it. When you have the threaded blade, it kind of limits the saber to kind of being more of just a replica. It's more like a show it to your friend and ooh and on, but you're never gonna like duel with it. And I would not go spinning with that thing. I just don't. After what happened with the original version, I literally tapped that thing on a pillow and the blade snapped.
well, that's not good.
And that's what I'm afraid could happen with this. But this is I think they did a better job making these. And I just bought a new blade. Like I was telling John, I bought a second blade because I've got two of these things, and I had this blade situation I was trying to sort out. I think I got it licked. I'm an addict. I don't know. I need help.
I'm not
Nah,
an addict.
dude,
I can
no.
stop anytime I want.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, me too. It's like, I mean, for what I'm gonna spend at this fanboy expo that I'm going to, I could buy a lightsaber. I could buy an expensive one. But I'm just like,
What are
you
you
know
gonna
what?
buy?
I'm not. I mean,
I mean, you not know. You're just going and look at this much money I'm gonna spend it on a bunch of stuff.
Oh no! It's the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. You said when, or what would I buy?
What would you buy? Like, do you have plans to buy specific things, or do you just? No. I'm just gonna go to this thing and meet a bunch of people. But if I was gonna buy a lightsaber right now, if it was still available, I'd buy a Vendari. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recommended.
But I mean, I thought, aren't they gone? There was like 10, and then I saw there was like 2 left, and I'm like, oh, well, they're probably gone by now. But
I would hope he's going to make more of them because I mean he's got a good thing.
They said they're not going to make no more of them. But you know what? What I was
shit.
thinking? I was like, I think Stony Magnum has 2 of them, and I might one day be like, hey, bro, would you let me get one in my
Can I make you an offer, bro?
I mean, I might be willing to trade a Saber Trio for it. Not this one.
Whoa,
Not this one. But
Okay.
I wouldn't mind giving him my the solo guard.
Well, Stoney said he
would swap it.
he always regretted giving up his saber trio.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that might be the only way I get off of him. But like, look, I was like, send me a Vendari, and I'll send you the solo guard.
Even swap.
Because mine's baseless. So like, I mean, I'd be trading for a NeoPixel. So I mean,
Stoney has a warehouse full of those things, and you go back there, it's like the warehouse from Indiana Jones, just full of Vendaris all thrumming and humming, and and it's just like, I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of, does anybody know if he's doing another one of those spin videos? Like the
Oh, the collabs.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
he
last
said
thing I
he
saw
said he's
you with-
going to start doing them in the summertime. So it's
I
been almost
hope
a
so.
year. It's been almost a year.
I hope
the
so.
the last video I saw of him was he was like full on contact dueling with
He
Neopix
broke a
blade,
blade.
and the
Yeah.
guy was like wailing on him, like Luke hammering on Vader, and finally his blade just snapped and went flying, and it was just like it
He
was
looks like
reality.
he's having a lot of fun with his little school, man. Like that's like a dream country for him.
I am so jelly.
Yeah,
I live in a wasteland where no one does anything fun.
Well,
it's Boston. It's around Boston. So
I can't pry Code Echo out of nothing to go do nothing. I'm like, come on, dude. He's like, oh, no, I don't play Xbox. I'm like, dude. I'm like, are we ever gonna duel again? Ever? And it's like every time we do, it's like I swear he tries to break my shit. I'm like, are you trying to break my shit on purpose?
Probably.
Like, I will kill you.
He's got a reputation to live up to. That's what it is.
Well, you know what? I was like, you know what? You're gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start buying Ultra Sabers again, so you can break those all you want and stay away from my fucking saber trios, dog.
Now imagine if you did buy an Ultra Saber and he couldn't break it.
I've thought a lot about buying the Omen, the Thundercats looking one.
Yeah, I've had
empty, and then let Saber Merchant.
Yeah, there you go.
My Pico I got a Pico Crumble core. The core won't fit in there, I don't think, but the board, you should be able to fit the board somehow.
Pico Crumble.
I have a Pico Crumble 2.5 core that I got.
But you'd want to like have at least like a Nano Biscotti V4 so you can put in a Thundercat sound font.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that much.
I don't have that. I'm just trying to think of stuff I got. I mean, I could just go all out and just get a damn CFX, basically,
or
a Golden Harvest,
whatever. I mean, just you're gonna want to be able to go Thunder.
You know what? Yeah,
yeah, right.
You're talking about the dream. You're talking about the ultimate. Ultimate dream?
Is there a Thundercat sound font, or would I have to have a Kyber Daddy make one?
Yeah, there are. There are.
Someone's gotta have one.
No,
I've never heard of one.
There are. I've seen, like, if you search on Etsy, or maybe if you go to saberfonts.com, I know that I've heard at least 2 or 3 different. Dude, it's Thundercats. It's like part of our childhood.
Yep.
We're idiots. Someone made that shit. They've got Voltron ones. They probably even have Silverhawks.
I just noticed over here in the corner. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but on the
you get that.
The live counter over here is only at 30 seconds. I watched it. Oh no! Look,
this decayed form into Mum-Ra, the ever living.
Yep.
I want that sound fun. See, Isaac knows.
Yeah.
Listen to Isaac. He knows. Isaac the Wise.
He would know.
See, look, he was planning on a sort of omens. Isaac, you're planning on every saber on the planet. You want the keys to Paradigm's warehouse. And everybody
if Ike ever wins the lottery, there will be signs. Hell, if I ever win the lottery, there'll be signs.
Oh man, I'd love to see you with a Sword of Omens, Shannon.
Yeah, because that's what Blake's been using is he's been using a sword that he got from I forgot who it's from, but it's been whooping my ass the last couple of times. I ain't gonna lie. It's got a damn 36-inch blade, and he's got he's got the cross guard, and he's just going all out nuts trying to kill me. And I'm like, damn it!
I know that's the I know the place he got it. I just can't.
It's about saying it's. Damn it! I'm about to look it up now because now. I want to say Imperial Workshop, but that's not right.
Kind of right.
Yeah, I know it sounds right, but that's not it. It's not it. Let's see. Mystic Knight's Armory.
Mystic Knight.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, is it the Starfighter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'd have missed it.
You got
V1 or V2, but it's.
I was gonna say, did you get V2? I got V1.
He's got baselit Xeno 3.
Oh man,
I'm surprised.
It's nice.
Some company hasn't made a saber breaker yet. You know, in recognition of Code Echo's ability to like destroy sabers. It's like,
well, I mean, what would it look like?
call Johnny from Darkwolf. He'll come up with something.
If I look like Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Because they make those cool looking axe lightsaber blades now. You seen those? Like they go on the end of the hilt and it's kind of like the end of a blade plug, and then it goes and it's like looks like an axe, and the axe lights up on the outside. Is
it like a Ripper Blades, that kind of material?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they're NeoPixel, but it's probably just basically because it's just right there at the base of you have to put it on like a pike or something like that to look like an axe, but it looks cool.
You know what you just made me think of? We haven't seen the lightsaber whip yet.
Wait, what?
The lightsaber whip.
Oh yeah, did the green chick have that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth
Has there ever been a Jedi character with less charisma than that chick?
I don't know, something like that. Vendaria or Venestra. Venestra.
She's a green chick. Kirk's gonna show up. He'll handle the situation. Oh, that's a nice lightsaber whip you got there. Come here, babe. Sorry, everybody.
That's why Kirk looks good for his age.
That's what that show is missing. The show is missing Captain James Tiberius Kirk.
James.
Can you imagine if Shatner showed up in the Star Wars project? The internet would break. The internet would break.
Great. Have him show up as a Jedi. It's like I feel.
What if they got him to play Plagueis?
I have a bad feeling about this.
What are we going to do?
The dark side is a pathway to many abilities. Some considered to be unnatural.
Unnatural.
Hey, we've already had David Tennant and Tom Baker show up in Star Wars. Why the hell not?
Did we?
Yeah, David Tennant was the robot in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Hu Yang.
Hu Yang, yep.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's his voice showed up. I mean,
Oh yeah, you're physically. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, right.
I like Hu Yang.
Do you watch? Do you ever watch Discovery? Star Trek Discovery.
I don't like it.
Do you know the guy who plays the alien? That used to have the gangle come out of his ears. He's gonna be at that expo that I'm going to. Doug Jones. He's been in some other stuff. He always plays the damn roles with with ridiculous head makeup. I think he was in
he was in Hellboy, wasn't he?
He was in Hellboy. He was the fish looking dude.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. He's gonna be at that expo.
I do not know of whom you speak, but I'm sure that when you meet him, it will be stellar.
Yeah. I might go to his booth. I don't know. I definitely want to do Ray Park, and I definitely want to meet Gina Carano. Those are the two that I really
I'd like to meet Gina Carano.
Yeah. And I think Drunk 3PO was supposed to be there, maybe. You know who that is, Jay? Drunk 3PO?
No.
He's like friends with Theory, and he's friends with all of them. So actually, I swear I think he might be dating Gina Carano. He loves her. But yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. Mojo's supposed to be popping in here in a minute, I thought.
I was gonna say, where's Mojo?
He thought we were just gonna have like a call the phone, I think, because I was like, "Hey, I want to stream," and I think he just meant because I called him once before on Instagram, was talking about all the stuff we were gonna go do, and got his wires crossed. So
yeah,
could be busy with the girls too, with the summertime. Who knows?
Yeah. For sure.
Mara might have something going on. Who knows?
Woodruff says he's only got 6 sabers right now, and 3 of them are empty at the moment. What do you do? Clean house? What? What?
Wow. My condolences.
No, I
Seriously.
think he's just doing that so he can just buy new stuff.
Nah, he's been going through some stuff. I'm not at liberty to say because I was talking to him. Life is just like it beats up on people at times, and he's
Yep.
going through one of those. He's going through one of those periods right now. He's a good. I mean, like if I was interested in anything he was kind of selling, I probably would have gone for it. But he had one saber that he had gotten that I thought was pretty cool, but I was just like I didn't really have the wherewithal to spend that much money, even like with what I've been. Because I had like when I went into my thing like specifically looking for this, that, and the other thing, and that was what I was kind of limiting myself to. But
All right, hang in there, man. Trust me, it does not. There will be better days. Better days do come. Trust me on that.
and you're
one.
part of a community, and you have brothers out here. Who,
Yep.
we do care. It's like, the thing is like life is so hard for everyone right now. Not in the way that like you're probably dealing with, but like everyone's going through shit. Everyone just has to remember that everyone's going through shit and stop being mean to each other.
Ever since 2020, it's like a whole different. The world's changed. I was talking to my kids about this the other day. It just feels like everything has changed post 2020.
It's just the tribalism of like I know that like the three of us probably have like different political views, but like who gives a shit? We're friends. We have stuff that we find in common, and like you gotta like I don't know, man. It's just
I would never hold anybody's political views against them. I'm like, I disagree or I agree either way, and it's like, okay, cool.
I mean, MOJO's like written some. They've had a few posts here and there, and I'm like, I don't really agree with that, but like, I don't hate on anybody for howdy.
Mojo, get on here.
Howdy, gentlemen.
We are
You
waiting.
son of a gun. Get your
Why are
ass
you
here.
commenting when you should be on here? This is not the way.
Tell him, Gollum. Tell him, Gollum.
Amateur hour. Noob.
Darth.
Narp. Like you guys, like in all honesty, like I don't really hate, and like you might have issues with like this, that, and the other thing, but to hate, actually like put in the effort to hate something, it's so exhausting and
It's draining.
Yeah, you really want to burn your energy on that? Come on.
And
I
some
used to be
people-
like that too. When I was younger, I had anger problems, and I would just I would hold grudges, and it was a hard lesson to learn. I was like, this is like this is taking up too much of my time
Yeah.
to be focusing on something that you can't change. It's already happened, or or you can't change how somebody else feels or what they've done or whatever it is. It's like, be mad in the moment, express yourself or whatever. And then once you're over it, dwell on it. You ain't shouldn't do about it.
I mean, there's definitely like people that you'd love to punch in the throat, but the odds that you're going to be in a situation where, like, you know what, they're there, I'm here. You can go a Homelander on them, or like, punch
Bro,
them
I'm too
in the
old to
throat.
fight. I ain't trying to get
But
no
then
fight. in my
again,
life.
it's just like, then the police show up, and then they're asking you questions. And they're like, hey, you're not supposed to punch me with your throat because that's not nice.
Yeah, but it's like not to make it about me, because I know I'm going through stuff, and Scott, I know you've gone through stuff.
Yeah.
You guys know what I've been through.
Yeah.
I could be the most cynical son of a bitch right now with all the shit I've been through.
Dude,
But I can't. I cannot do that. Not for my kids. I can't. I've got to set the example for them, and I'm going to be quite frank. If it weren't for them to get me through some of this crap, I would be the cynical son of a bitch.
It's beautiful
But
that you do have them and they have you, and that you guys.
that's
can
it. We're
all the shit you've been through, and then like family is everything,
yep.
you know. And it's just like,
And it's not just the kids. I mean, my parents, my in-laws, my brother. My brother, God love him, gave me the kick in the ass that I needed that night. You know, if it weren't for him, I would have been out. I will, and I've told him this, and I will yell that from a mountaintop. If it weren't for my brother, I'd have been done. That night, I was out. That was the hardest night of my life.
It's good to have people with you.
Oh,
it's good to have friends.
Help claw you out of the hole.
yep. Eddie, I love you forever.
I got friends that just sort of like, you know, to me, they're my family. Like, you know, I got you guys. I got like, you know, Emery. I love. He's my brother from another mother. I would fucking take a bullet for that guy. My best friend in the entire world, Frances. She's like, you know, the light of my life. I would just totally like do anything for this person, you know. And you gotta have people like that, and they're the ones that you continue for.
Yep.
They're your purpose, you know.
If I didn't have friends and family, I'd have been. And then, by extension, I got into the saber hobby, and more importantly, YouTube. I've met all you guys, and it's like, you know,
And then you end up
it piles up. It piles up.
All these jamokes with their laser swords, and then before you know it, everyone's like talking about Star Wars and nerding out.
Nerds unite.
We've lost a few along the way, but you know what? It's good.
You know, it's like I know I've said this probably 20 times, but it was like the best thing about the pandemic is meeting all you guys, because I don't think I would have ever had the time or the courage to, you know, comment as much and watch as much, you know, because you couldn't do that now. So, hell, they weren't, and you know, if you go and watch TV, you couldn't watch TV. It wasn't like they was putting out new shit. You know, there was a lull there, so it's like you watch a lot of YouTube, get to your hobby, and
without getting too mired in the topic, because we know exactly how YouTube feels about this topic. But that event, that was just one of those periods in human history that I think altered the ebb and flow of our species permanently. It like changed. We were on one course, and I think we got completely derailed and sent off into like a spiral, and we're just still recovering from that. But
yeah, things have changed. It feels different. The world feels different.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but like social media was already bad enough, anyways. But like now, it's like everybody is on it, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody wants to give you their opinion on every fucking thing, and they want to be like, you know, if you don't think like I do, then you suck. And
I was going to say they want to give you their opinion, but they don't want to hear yours.
Exactly. It's a two-way street. It always has been.
Yep.
It's like when I was telling you earlier, I was like, you know, I was having an argument with this guy, and I was like, I agree or disagree, and it's like he didn't know what that meant. And that meant like that means that I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, and we can agree to be civil and not give a shit about what you're not going to convince me otherwise. So so stop messaging me saying that, well, you can't even make your point. I'm like, I can't make my point to you because you're not going to get my point. You don't feel my point. You don't see my point. You don't care about my point. All you care about is what you think, and that's fine. Great.
It should always be.
I don't want to hear any more about your point.
Like, you know, I'll go on to like Facebook, and you know, I'm on, you know, there's certain pages, and you know, I have, you know, certain socio-political views. I'm a kind of a centrist with, like, you know, I'm on this side and that side, depending. You know, I'm a very, very subjectively moral person, and but I also believe that everyone has a right to be heard. And you know, you'll make a comment, and you'll say, "Hey, this is my opinion on this thing," and then, you know, usually you'll have like-minded people that will like kind of chime in, and occasionally someone will be a bit dissenter. But then there'll always be that one person that really, really chafed at what you said, and then they'll like, they won't just attack. Well, there's the operative word, attack. They'll come at you personally, like you are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just like, at this point, it could go one of two ways. Like, we can either have a conversation as civil human beings, or we're done. Because I don't argue with people anymore. Because there's no people. Because once you get into an argument, it's only because they don't really care what your view is. They've decided. They're firm. I'm always willing to listen to people. And like, you can make your point. And if I don't agree with it, I'll go like, it's like you said, Shannon, agree to disagree. But you should
That's
be able
a lost art.
You should be able to walk away from the exchange feeling good. Like, I met a decent human being who was willing to listen to me. And we didn't agree on things, but like, I could have a beer or a coffee with that person. We could just fucking talk about some shit. Like, I work with I'm not conservative. I work with a guy who's like, he's Second Amendment through and through. He has like a really amazing gun collection, complete conservative, his whole life Republican, and we can talk about stuff like we can have such a amazing conversation about anything, and it's just like, it is possible for everyone to see eye to eye on this shit if we just let go of the hate. And I'm off my soapbox. I do that. I take over sometimes. I'm sorry, but
no, dude, it's
right.
fine. That's what we're here for, is to have a good old conversation with the homeboys. And
because love is the thing that matters above all else.
Hey, if we can't talk about this shit, what's the point?
Yeah.
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 And you know what's really weird about all that stuff is, no matter if you consider yourself right, left, or in the middle, what do we all want? What do we all really want? We want a thriving economy. We want free healthcare, and we want to be able to have less governing control over ourselves. So leave us alone and just let us do us. And if we break the law, sure, arrest us. But for the most part, stay out of my business. I want to be able to say what I want to and do what I want to in the confines of the law. I don't want to murder nobody, or something.
We'll be decent about
and
it.
And that's all most people want. Do you want to own a gun? Sure, okay, you own a gun. Now, if you're reckless and you're a criminal, you know what? We're gonna take that from you. But if you're level-headed, fine, you can have a gun. I'm a gun enthusiast. I don't even own a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to, I want the ability to go buy one if I want to.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and that's fine because, like, the thing. Well, I don't want to get into like a gun thing. It's just sort of like,
I'll just use that as an example. But anything.
I don't know where I was. I don't even know where I was going. I can
really go into a political tangent, but I won't.
I have to run out, and I'll hit you up when I get back.
Yeah. Well,
what's this shit all about?
Why didn't you run out before we went live?
Where's the other one? They're both supposed to be.
Yeah, Jim. Where's Jim?
Jim is somewhere on an edible, spinning a lightsaber in the dark. Dreaming of Knoxville.
He fell asleep.
Well, we've got a little group chat, so that's where I put all that stuff in the group chat. So I mean, they can both see it.
Well, if he is spinning a saber, I hope it's at least a double blade.
So now we've got. So now the divisiveness has spread to the Star Wars community. Isn't that fucking ridiculous?
That's why I said in my video about Acolyte, I said it has nothing to do with who's making it or the kind of people that are making it. I don't care. It's how they're doing it. It's the content in the show. It's not the out. See, I don't get into any of that. All right, that doesn't bother me.
If you write a good story, nobody gives a fuck about that.
Right.
Examples. There are examples in the stuff that's already been made. Guess what? Princess Leia is fucking badass. She's the leader of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Mace Windu's lightsaber is literally called by most companies the Bad Ember Effer. We love Mace Windu.
He calls it the Bad Ember Effer.
Exactly.
Jyn Erso, led the rebels to get the plans to the Death Star. you know, and
Yeah.
sacrifice her life in the process. It's just like,
So it's like the whole racism thing. I don't get that at all. Now, when they want to start putting, the sexuality shit in there, it's not really my cup of tea. If you don't force it, it doesn't really bother me that much. Like, same-sex kissing, fine. I don't care. But when you start trying to put
right there, let me just address something about that. You can have like let me talk about The Boys. This season, Frenchie got into a relationship with a guy. But the thing is it served the story. You didn't even notice because it was just ingratiated into the story, and it wasn't presented to you as oh look, there's a same-sex couple and you should be tolerant of them, and you should be no. It was like it's just a natural thing. It happened. Everyone accepted it. Was dealing with it in the show, and then it was part of the story, and it wasn't like presented to you as some kind of
forced.
We're giving you a message about tolerance and
right.
And that's what Disney's doing about everything. It's just like everything that they incorporate into a story. It's just like we have to have this. We have to have this. We have to have this. We have to have this.
Yeah, it's like to have
everyone's
a checklist
of all these things.
Yeah.
And that's what's turning people off, because I don't care what is happening in the show, as long as the story's good and it's part of the story, and you don't have to browbeat us. You don't have to prove a point. We know that that's the way the world is, and that people live different lifestyles than you. It doesn't have any effect on me personally. I live my life, they live theirs. We can all get along and coexist.
It's like these characters in Acolyte. I don't care about them, but it has nothing to do with the pronouns or whatever. I don't care about them because they're written like shit.
Yeah,
that's why I don't care about
them. I'm not a fan of pronouns. I'll just be honest. I don't like if you're gonna force me to try to do that. I'm like, no. I'll just call you by your name. I'm not gonna use that shit.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be any kind of way. I just don't believe you should tell me how I should be able to speak. The
whole thing with the gender specificness is just sort of like, gender identity is almost like indoctrination to a religion. You've been assigned something from birth, and they just kind of I think a lot of people, they don't want to live by that gender role. It doesn't really fit them. So when you call them him or her, it
gets confusing because then they make up new stuff. That's what really gets me.
For me, what gets confusing is when you say they, them. It's the pluralism of the word that you use.
Yeah,
but
that kind of throws me off.
I don't use that. I'm sorry. I just call you by your name.
Human society evolves. There will be words that are more appropriate that kind of fit and are acceptable to everyone. But I have no problem if you decide that you don't want to be identified as a female, or as a she or a her or a him, and it's no business of mine. I'll work around that. It's just there is going to be issues.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care.
We're going to screw that up because I'm 55 years old and I've been referring to people in a certain way my entire life.
Yeah. Can we be grandfathered in? We're not going to use that. I'll just call you by your name. Do what you want to in your own house and amongst your own peers. I don't care. Just don't force it down my throat.
Yeah.
Don't teach it in the schools to children, please. And go in the right bathroom, please. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, really. And I know I'm going to get hate for that, I'm sure, but I don't really care.
No, you're not. And
I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will, but that's just how I feel.
You get hate for anything these days. It seems like, it feels like.
Yeah, which is why you should be the most truthful version of yourself now, because who cares?
Speak your mind, but be respectful about it. But speak your mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
No person has the right to say to another person that if you're assigning pronouns to yourself, I want to come to you're wrong and argue with them, It's just it's like because there's no point in that.
No, because you will
believe that
change
they
their
have the
mind.
right to like people like my name is Scott, and people always call me Scotty.
Yeah.
I've never liked that. I've never liked being called Scotty. But there's certain people that I know that for some reason they can call me Scotty, and it just seems to fit.
Right.
Neither of you guys can call me Scotty. But like I know like 3 or 4 people that do call me that, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like, but I make that decision what I get to be called.
Yeah.
You know, if I say to you, I don't want to be called that. I'll give you, for example, my I had a Japanese friend. His name is Mitsuhiro Azuma. No, I knew him for years. In his circles, everyone called him Zoom. That was his nickname. And then
Got him what?
when I went to Japan and I stayed with Azuma, my friend and I stayed with Azuma, we found out in a night of hard drinking and other debaucheries that he hated to be called Zoom the whole time he was in America. And I was like, you had the entire right to say, I don't want to be called that. Call me Mitsuhiro, call me Azuma, don't call me Zoom. I hate that nickname.
Yeah.
So it's like, but no, because he's Japanese and it's his culture, he just sucked it up and he dealt with that the whole time.
Yeah.
We're fucking Americans. We don't do that shit. We'll
Right.
argue with you. Don't call me that shit. I don't want to be called that. I don't want to be called Scotty. Fuck you. And like we can have a conversation. If I say to you, don't call me that, then you just don't call me that, and you call me, Scott or Scotto or the Scotterito or whatever. It's just like I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hate you if you do it. I'm just gonna be like, that bothers me. If you're not gonna like, we're complex, fucked up creatures. That's all.
I'll tell you what happened to me as a kid, and it didn't bother me, but I did get a little tired of it. My name is John. My parents named me John. I go to elementary school. Men at Work in the 80s comes out with a song, Be Good Johnny. Guess what happens?
Oh, wow.
Every kid I go to school with,
Sorry,
hey,
Johnny.
Johnny, be good. I'm like, oh my God.
Johnny be good.
Yep. Be good, Johnny. I'm like, you realize
Sorry,
what is up with my camera? I'm like, you realize how old this is getting?
It's only like 10 or 20 years of misery,
Ugh.
Imagine having a name like Shannon back then, where there were no men that I knew of that had that name. Not until Shannon Sharp came along, and I was like, oh, thank God, a fucking big fucking awesome tight end.
Football player, yeah.
Well,
They used to always, in school at roll call when I was like in elementary and middle school, they'd be like, is she here? And I'm like, no, but he is. It's like that Dana White joke. Did any of y'all watch the roast of Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Dana White's opening joke was he was like, hey, he goes, my name's Dana. Isn't that trans enough for y'all?
Oh man.
I was like, hey, my name's Shannon. Isn't that trans enough for y'all? Fuck.
Well, then I got a different nickname when I got into junior high. They started calling me a nickname based on my last name, and I got called that so much. The name fit like a glove. I just rolled with it to the point where when people call me John, sometimes I wouldn't even answer because I didn't realize they were talking to me.
Yeah.
But like junior high, high school, college, it was, hey, Midge. I'm like, yeah, what, now they call my kids that. My kids get stuck with it too.
I had a nickname like that, and I hated it. And I will not tell you what it is because I hate it. But yeah.
Now see, that nickname I was fine with it. To the point where people call me John, I wouldn't answer because I didn't realize it was me they were calling.
Yeah. I hate it, and everybody called me that, so there was no stopping it. Like everybody called me that. I'm like, fuck, that's sticking.
My name was always kind of like like my whole childhood seemed to be in school. Like no one ever called me just by my name. They always had to be like some kind of, some kind of nickname to make fun of me. I was made fun of a lot, like which is why, like, I despised school. It's an indoctrination center, and it's just like, I fucking hated it. And, but you get like kind of a thick skin.
You have to. You have to.
You just get to the point where like, I'm 55 now, and if someone like calls me something that I don't like, I just kind of like, it doesn't really bother me. You know, I'm too thick-skinned now. Or I'll tell you, hey, asshole, that's the last time you called me that. We cool? All right. Bump it out, you know?
You look at him like, you don't know me like that. Don't call me that shit, dog.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
I dictate terms. I'm in charge. This is my planet. You're just squatting. That's the great thing about growing up is like when you learn that, like, you know, all that bullshit that used to bother you when you were a kid. It's just like you could just like tell people to fuck off back then. Could you imagine? It's like, hey there, jerky. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Jerky.
Jerky.
I don't see you fucking yourself. That way. Get going. Into the room. Pants down. Fuck yourself.
I'll tell you what, though. If I knew back
then,
then,
punch him in the
if I
throat,
knew back then what I know now, it'd be a lot different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, you got to learn all that shit over time.
Nothing like life experience.
Yeah. Like,
you're like, damn, if I wish I'd known all that shit when I was younger.
You get everything figured out just as your body starts to fail you.
Yeah, I was about to say, once it starts breaking down.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get an erection anymore without drugs, but I've got everything figured out. Fuck you.
This planet. What a fucking nightmare. Anyway.
So, I know you just said you'd bought 3 sabers. Do any of y'all have future plans on buying any sabers? There's something you got your eye on, something you're saving toward?
Well, I kind of wanted, like, I was initially talking to our good friends at Saber Trio. I wanted to get my hands on one of those kind of nice etched or fancy customized arc lights. I kind of would still like to get an arc light with CFX. I'm actually thinking I'd really like to get just like a baselit because I don't have any baselit.
Have you seen what they're doing now with that?
Yeah.
They have Profi combat sabers.
I don't know how to program Profi. I still don't know how to do it.
I was wondering why they went with Profi for that. I'm like, you've got CFX. Why didn't you do that? They're white, you know.
But there's that, and then there's still a few Genesis custom saber silts I want, and I'd still like to get like an Empire Strikes Back, like a Vader Empire Strikes Back version, or the what do they call it? The one that was like Vader's first saber that wasn't actually in the movie or whatever. The number 6 or
the DV6.
Yeah, I really like that design. So yeah, that's kind of what I have in mind. You know, if I end up with more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing on the burner right now. I got the Saber Forge order that just came in. I kind of knocked out 2 of the ones I had my eye on.
Right.
If if Saber Trio comes up with one of those ready to ship ones that catches my eye, at some point maybe then, but nothing specific right now.
I wouldn't mind getting
subject to change, of course, but
I've got to get me a Darth Maul staff. It's got to happen. It's eluded me forever. I bought Zach's Star Killer. I've always wanted that hilt. I got a thing about the S style emitter, the slant emitter. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 or 5 with a slanted emitter. So there's something about that, but yeah, but a Darth Maul staff. I think when I do buy that, I think I'm gonna try Theory Sabers, Star Wars Theories stuff. Like you get like I mean, I think it might be a little overpriced for what you get, but like it comes with a bunch of goodies. Like it comes with the nice velvet bag, and it comes with I think you get like the professional wrench and all that shit. You get some stickers and
what I like,
and plus it goes towards his fan film, which I'm a huge fan of.
What I like about Theory Sabers is if you get yours with a pro fee, they'll set that up for you, so you won't have to, go to someone else and like have fonts loaded in.
Well, plus you get all the fonts. I don't know if it's for all the soundboards, but don't you get? They're all Kyberphonics sound.
Yeah,
fonts,
pretty much, and they do all the blade profiles, and I think it's like Mamba does that shit. I'm not too sure.
Carter and fucking New Type Sith, they both work for him.
Look, I mean, to me, that's key. Like, this Corbath, this thing, this thing has so many sound fonts and so many profiles. It's so loaded. It's almost bordering on dysfunctional. And I don't ever it has literally. I was going through the sound fonts. It has every Obi-Wan, every Anakin, every Ahsoka, every Vader, every it has every font I would ever want on the saber, and I don't have to think about it ever again. It's great, and I think more companies should do that shit, because I've bought sabers with Profi and it just has the default shit and it hasn't even been set up, and I'm just like, you couldn't even spend 10 minutes to throw 10 sound fonts on, you know what I mean? It's just what the fuck?
I hate that the most about Electrum. That's the dumbest shit. You get one
sound font.
Fuck you, dude! You $500 for a lightsaber, one sound font? I'll never buy nothing from you. And I would love to. I would love to buy their version of Anakin's lightsaber. I'd love to have that one, but one sound font? Fuck
yeah, that's okay. So you guys probably, I don't know if you follow this shit, because I have several Electrum Sabercraft hilts.
I know they just went to Profi.
Yeah, because the Starbird, they couldn't
crashed.
It crashed. They could not make that shit work. They've had their own their own systems, and they've been fucking around, and they finally were like, fuck it, if we're gonna survive as a company, we need to switch to Profi.
No kidding.
And it's just if they are just selling those sabers with just the default crappy ass
well, that's what I was gonna say. Do you think they're gonna give you the how many sound fonts come on a Profi?
It's 10? 7 sound fonts. They're shit.
Yeah, it's a great meat and all that dumb shit.
And the way Profi works is you have to have a script for the blade profile. So each one has a specific one. It's you got your rainbow, and you got your flame, and you got your candy cane, and you got your dirt, and you get your dirt. It's just it's fucking useless unless you're going to what Corbanth did. Give me 25 plus sound fonts, and they're all Corbanth, and they're all unique, and they're all relevant, and they're all canon, and each one has their appropriate. I mean, I really like to have an instruction manual so I can know how to set any of this stuff, which I don't have. But I mean, other than that, they probably spent hours setting up each one of these sabers, and that's what Theory Sabers does. They give you your money's worth when they do it. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think that they do more legwork as far as giving a customer.
He's got so much passion for Star Wars that you think he's going to give.
He knows what people want.
Exactly. Yeah.
You want a Star Killer, and you're not going to put all the Star Killer sound fonts on it,
right?
Yourself, motherfucker. Go fuck off.
Yeah. That's you get a Graphics and you don't have
Vader fonts.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, exactly.
You're a fucking dick. You should die.
You know, and I've
now.
got onto Electrum on their Instagram. I was like, are y'all ever gonna give out more than one sound font? I said, because everybody else does. No response. They've never responded.
I love their hilts, but they are
I do too.
so horribly mismanaged.
I love.
Do they sell empties?
Yeah.
No, they do
No?
not. No,
I think they do now, don't they?
they had.
Since they went to Profi?
Diadium, as far as I knew, maybe they do now, but
Buy an empty, send it to Jeremy.
I might be wrong about that.
Buy an empty, he'll send it to a saber merchant. Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen Jeremy from Solo like take one that's been installed and rip it apart and put the tactile switches on the smart on that plate and put I think it was Profi put in one.
Yeah.
And it was a Scion like Blake's got. You got one too, don't you?
yeah, I have a Scion. It's just got the Diadium 3, but like I just use one sound font, kind of like Codeco does.
Yeah.
And it works fine, but the thing is like when you're like a sociopath like me and you have like enough sabers that have like all these different like I need to have my Scion kitted out with CFX with the tactile switch. It's like, no, because I got 15 other sabers set up like that. Who gives a fuck? I've got a problem. I gotta die lonely with like a mountain of sabers.
You know, I
love each and every one of my sabers. I love them.
I was wondering why they went from Diadium to this Starbird, because the Diadium is not a bad soundboard. It's the app that went with it that was trash. I thought the soundboard itself wasn't terrible, was it?
My favorite was I don't know if they called it Diadium 2. It was like the one before Diadium 3.
Yeah.
It's just like a basic. It's like
it's smooth swing, right?
Like Nano Biscotti V4. It just like you can swap out sound fonts and it just kind of like does its thing. It has clash. It has like all you had to do was add smooth swing, but they had to like get creative and they had this vision with the whole having it function with an app thing. And I don't know what it was. I do feel bad for them because I do love them as a company, and they just failed on so many levels. And I think the guy that Dave Craswell or whatever his name is, I think he tries really hard, but I just don't think they managed that situation very well. You know, they got to a point where like I would go on Facebook and check the forums, and there'd be like nothing short of like 10 messages of people saying like, "Will you frickin' respond to me?" Like, I've been trying to contact you for 6 months, you assholes.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Could you imagine waiting 3 years? Like even Vader's Vault doesn't even do that anymore. Vader's Vault has RTS.
Really?
Vader's Vault has RTS.
I bet they learned that from Sega Trio.
You got your sovereign. It's like, and it's just like, I just Electrum Saber Craps. They just let that shit get away from them. It's really, yeah.
Now, how are the prices for the ready to ship?
They're expensive.
Okay, that all right.
They are.
Their stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, if you really wanted to use an app that much, why don't you just like, hey, LGT or Nexus or whatever, can I get 25,000 Xeno boards and have like a tier system? Be like, okay, look, you can get the Scion with the Xeno 3 and it's $400, or you can get Profi and it's $600 or $550, or whatever. Instead of just trying to make, they were so damn just hard-headed. We're gonna make our own shit and we're gonna make it work. How long? How many years was it Diadium and then Starbird? Like their entire existence. But how long is that? How long have they been a company?
How much money do you have to lose before you like figure how many customers do you need to piss off? How many how do you this community will reject your shit? Yeah. And they'll cancel your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, the one thing about Electrum Sabercrafts that I always really liked was when you purchase their sabers, it's the customization options, and you can get the different levels of weathering. You can get light weathering, medium weathering, heavy weathering or
beaten to a pulp.
out of shit.
Yeah.
I have a what do you call it? An Evil Flex that I bought.
Yeah, see, that's the one that I like, the
I
Flex.
bought it from General Malice years ago, and it literally looks like Anakin was using this thing. He dropped it into the lava and picked it up and started fighting with it. It's so melted.
Wow.
Charred up. Yeah.
I love that saber. It's so beat the fucking hell. But, and if you compare it to any other Evil Flex, it doesn't look like any other Evil Flex because, it's so, like, literally they just, I don't know, it's just they put it in a they hand it to like a pack of gorillas and they say, customize this, why don't you? I like that. I think that's cool shit.
I do too. They're heavy weathered, like you said, the beaten up ones. Like they actually look like they've been used by a Jedi or a Sith.
Yeah.
And it's it's got like laser blasts on it and like maybe like little grooves, like it might have been like nicked by the blade.
Cuts and like blast marks.
Yeah. They do a really good job of that.
Weathering like those guys do.
Just give me 10 freaking sound. Look, they have their own sound fonts. I don't know how many they have, but if
they're not even they're not even theirs. They're Lord Blaco's. You can go to.
That's why they're selling them
and get any Lord Blaco sound font. The thing is like for some reason only Lord Blaco sound fonts work on their soundboards. Like if you try to install a CFX, they're supposed to work, but they don't work. I've tried everything. It's just like maybe 1 out of 10 will work. Like you get a Kyberphonic, you try to put it on there. It's like Kyberphonic, in case that they know their shit. They're setting that shit up 100% pristine. And you put it on there, and it's just like it's cutting off, and it's like you're getting like half an ignition, and then like it crackles, and then like loops. It's just like the soundboard's crap. At least with the Xeno 3, just give me accent swings. That's all I want out of life is a decent accent swing.
Well, that's what the 3 does have, accent swings.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying,
I mean, really like the Xeno 3 board. Really, the whole Xeno 3 concept. If they had a good speaker on it, the
speaker's all right. It could be better.
Speaker's dog shit, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, they're shit. Like my little Dueler Xeno 3 I got. It's loud as fuck, but it sounds terrible.
I do wish this had a little bit of a better speaker.
Do you use it on low? Did it sound better on low?
Yeah, on loud it sounds a little distorted. I gotta put it on low.
Yeah. It's a shit speaker.
I
compare that, and then I crack this damn thing on right here, and it's super loud and clear as a bell.
I have a Mace Windu clan saber. It's another one of those Corvan hilts. Like literally, if Metallica lost like a stack of Marshalls, they could just use that. the thing's so fucking loud, and I've been trying everything, because every single Profi is set up different, and I've been trying to figure out how to do the volume control gesture on it, just because it's so loud I can't use the saber, because it's just the neighbors are gonna get pissed,
Yeah, right.
That's such a good saber.
Ike with a T-shirt idea.
Yes, that's.
Just give me accent swings.
I think you can make some money off of that idea. Do an investment, make some money, buy some more sabers. Everyone will be happy if you had more sabers. But stay out of my freaking. Stay out of my. What is it you guys call it? My
the vault.
Warehouse.
The warehouse. There you go.
My warehouse. Yeah.
Warehouse. It's It's like a Tesla factory. It's fucking 15 miles long.
The showroom.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
I would be willing to bet money that Darth Paradigm has more lightsabers than the Saber Forge showroom in Oregon. Because they don't show all their sabers off, I don't think. But I mean, that's the damn clip. I used that clip in my little video when he sent me the dark saber. I used the clip of that where it was showing all those lightsabers in the Saber Forge showroom in Oregon.
I don't know why I like bought so many of these damn things. I just kind of was like,
because you're a collector.
I don't know. I find things fascinating. They're like little bits of artwork to me, and I don't really generally. Before I forget, because I'm kind of starting to get a little bit on the drunk side.
Speaking of, I gotta get me a refill here in a second. But
I ordered when it first came out the what do they call it? It's the Asajj Ventress saber from Bad Batch. I bought that from Corband.
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, dude,
I think it's called the
Curved Hill, right?
The Redeemed Mistress. Yeah, it's Curved Hill.
Yeah, all right.
And I bought that when it's a Sordid Tale. I bought that when the day it released because I knew I was, depending on the price, I wanted that hilt because Asajj Ventress is I really liked her appearance in Bad Batch. I really liked the Bad Batch. A lot of people didn't like that show, but that show, I am so sad that it's over with. And her appearance was so concise and subtle, and just it was a good story. I wanted that hilt. When they announced it, I was like, I'll wait and see what the price is. It was like $4.89, and I bought it right off the bat. And then I got like a email later that there was a code, and you get like 30% off or something. And I wrote to them, and I was basically like, I didn't know about this discount. I purchased the saber, but I feel like I should get the discount because it essentially knocked $100 off the price. And I got so much static from Corband. They were like, "Oh, you failed to enter the discount when you made the purchase." And
they wouldn't let you use it?
No, they did, and they gave me a refund, and they were very gracious in that. But like the wording in every email was so passive aggressive.
Oh.
They're being so inconvenienced because I didn't enter the code when I made the purchase. Like, motherfuckers, I know how to
be like, well, I said you could just give me a whole damn refund of the whole thing.
Something if I know about the code. Right? But I was like so interested in your product because you marketed so well. I just bought it sight unseen. So somehow I'm a villain for doing that. Anyway, so I'm still waiting for the thing. It finally shipped, but it's just like it took them forever to ship it because like when they refunded me, they were like it canceled it. They ordered their system, and then they finally put the order through, through UPS. And of course, when
let's hear it for customer service. Ooh.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
When you send something via UPS, it it sits in a warehouse in Dubuque, Iowa for 16 months, in soft heat, and then finally someone digs it up, and then they bring a backhoe, and they go the 15 miles to the UPS. So it's just it's eventually going to be delivered, and I'll do an unboxing because I don't really do the unboxings when I buy the used sabers, because when I get a used saber, I never know what the shit show is going to be. Usually there's something wrong.
Right.
So I stopped recording that stuff because after like 10 sabers where it's just like, yeah, there's no battery.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
with you on that.
There's always something fucked up that I have to sort out. And I found that like whenever I would record it, I'd end up like I've actually recorded videos and broken the saber, that song and dance. Stony Magnum has done that a couple of times.
Yeah,
my brother.
Yeah. I've gotten to where too. I won't do like an actual like unboxing as an open the box. I'll open it and look, see what all's in there, and
I'll do it with this Corband saber because I watched the video and it's just like I know all the stupid crap that you have to do to get the fucking thing to work, but
yeah.
And of course the battery will be dead, but whatever. because the
Right,
thing's been in transit for 6 months.
Batteries are always dead nowadays when you get a saber.
That's annoying when you're in the middle of a video and you're
I'll
trying
be
to
right
start
back.
it up and it doesn't start up and
And then you say, like, I'll be back in 6 hours, but through the
for you it'll be 1 second. For me it'll be 5 hours. Yeah, right.
and then you show up in the next video and you got like a 5 o'clock shadow and
Different shirt.
you're-
Yeah, you're like, forget continuity. Here's how the thing looks like.
I'm a little drunk right now, but it's gonna be great. You were completely sober like a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Shannon again.
No, he's going to get a refill. He'll be back.
Oh well, good for him. I want my third. This is like really potent shit. I was gonna be doing some gaming later, but maybe not anymore.
There's a video of the drunken gamer. There you go. Record that.
So do you have any Transformers that you're planning on like picking up, or if you saw it, you have to get it?
I did do a little window shopping for an Optimus Prime to see what Wheeljack's Lab had for prices, and
Like an original G1?
yeah, G1, always G1, always G1. I mean, some of them they sell, just the cab without the trailer. Some of them they sell just the trailer, like pieces of the thing. They do have the whole thing boxed up, but the prices are like, I can't do it right now, yet. Maybe eventually. I do want to look at a G1 Megatron to see what those are going for. I would love. I have a couple of the headmasters, like here. I would like to look for like some of the accessories to see what those prices are, because I have Astro Train, and I found his weapon. So I was like, you know what? I'll snag that. I already have Astro Train. Just pair that up.
You might be able to find someone that can like 3D print one for you. Like so much less expensive, looks exactly like like the weapons. Like Etsy has a lot of 3D printers. Like I bought I have my my Black Series Obi-Wan.
Yep.
When I bought it, the saber was basically broken. I was able to get one off of an Etsy store for like $8. It was like a perfect.
Oh, nice.
They painted it and everything. It was like perfect. But it's funny. Like the original Megatron that turns into the Walther P-38.
Yep.
Is kind of a really unusual figure. It doesn't look anything like Megatron in the show. The legs are kind of like hinged, so they kind of like come forward, and then the arms. It's just kind of the main selling point of that is actually turns into the Megatron gun, and you get the extensions. So getting the complete thing would be kind of the tricky thing. But my favorite Megatron right now is actually one of the more recent ones. It's not the it's like about 2 or 3 lines back. It was like, I can't remember what they call the stupid lines, but it was
I don't.
He turns into a tank, of course, because guns are passe. But like as far as the robot mode, he's so classic Megatron, and he just like, I don't know, that's my it's become my go-to Megatron. And I have a couple of them because I don't know, somehow I think it was called Earth something, Earth Fall, or I don't know, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you can get like one of those for. See, the thing is where it comes to Transformers, I like representation of the original character. I don't have to have G1 because I've already got all the fucking G1. So, like when they came out with an Ironhide and a Ratchet that actually looks like Ironhide, and Ratchet for the cartoon and the transformation is the same, I had to have them because I just never liked the G1, whatever the fuck that was with the windscreen.
Yeah.
And on the base, and they're just sort of like they've fleshed out some characters so they look so much like their G1 counterpart. The one that I'm missing though is the jet fire. They came out with a jet fire that looks exactly like the character from the G1 cartoon.
Yeah.
You know the jet that used to pal around with Starscream.
Right.
So
Oh, it was a different color, wasn't it? It wasn't red. It was like purple or something.
He was primarily white with red highlights, and he was the one that was a Decepticon for a while, and then he turned all like, you know, he was just kind of like, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
These guys are kind of dicks. I'm not really a Decepticon. It's not my thing. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, it's very good. It's like Jetfire was Norm Macdonald, you know. So
there's an Enterprise D Lego ship. Is that what Woodruff is saying?
No, that can't exist, because if that exists,
I was about to say I would have had that.
Wow. And a Viper. Oh wow.
The Enterprise D one, like I've never seen anything Lego.
Look, they have the
Star Trek.
Falcon. I don't think they have any of the other stuff that you're mentioning. Serenity? They have a Serenity?
You know what? Let me take a look at something.
That's just not right.
Hold up.
You gonna Google it?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if Amazon. That's my go-to. Hey, give me 1 second.
Right. I mean,
Lego.
Shit. It does exist. I've seen it.
I won't believe
Enterprise D.
Oh shit!
No. Let me see.
What?
Firefly.
That's Lego?
Lego.
That can't be Lego.
Yeah.
How much is that?
169.
Plug in Enterprise D.
Okay, hang on. Hold on.
You have a Lego Serenity? That's just... I'm going to cry.
They have the...
Do they have the Enterprise A?
Hold on a minute.
That's
Okay,
what that's...
It's not Lego, but it is the Viper. It's not Lego. It's a different kind of block thing.
You know, other than the X-Wing, isn't that like one of the greatest starfighters of all time?
The Viper?
The Viper?
Yeah, the Viper's pretty sweet.
Lego
Dude,
Enterprise
3 switches, and then you pull a button, and you go, and you launch out the side of the Galactica. Fuck you if anything's cooler than that.
They do have a building block version of the Enterprise from Enterprise, the TV show.
I like Enterprise.
What, the NX-01? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Weird.
I wonder why it's that one.
I'd love to build Lego.
That's the Akira. That's the Akira.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'd love to build the
torpedo gunboat.
The Lego Enterprise from Strange New Worlds.
That Enterprise is gorgeous,
dude.
Like
Strange New Worlds.
that should have been the movie Enterprise.
Strange New Worlds is the shit. That show is so good.
I really like, except the musical. I did not like the musical episode.
I like musical episodes because I was weaned on musical episodes like Buffy the Musical. And
I could go with that, but not that one was not good to me.
Shannon.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
There's a YouTube video. I googled it.
Mother trucker.
Wow.
How old is that? Is that
so
like
beautiful.
from like 89?
Uploaded July 2017.
Yeah, but I wonder how old the model is.
I don't know.
Stop. The Eagle Transporter and the God Feeder.
Oh, Battle of the Planets. I remember that show.
Science Ninja Team Gotcha Man, noobs.
That's going way back.
I love the Eagle Transporter. It's probably like one of my favorite ship designs. Next to like the Hawk. Does anybody ever remember the Hawk from Space 1999? No, you know, of course not. But Eagle Transporter, and it's called the God Phoenix. The show's called Science Ninja Team Gotchaman, which is what Battle of the Planets was named after. And that ship is.
I think I remember Battle of the Planets.
Yeah, Battle of the Planets. You remember the ship that when when they would get to the point where they're whatever they were fighting, they couldn't beat it, so the ship would go into like a hyper mode and turn into a giant flaming phoenix and just zap whatever it is.
Can I blow your mind right now?
Yeah, that's
the Voltron Lego.
That's a must-have.
That sword kind of looks like it's got an airplane on the top of it.
Yeah, right.
Instead of like the 3-pronged spikes, but
I've got the OG lines. I'm fine. My brother hooked me up with those.
Yeah, I really want a big Enterprise A model.
I remember
from do you remember when they made? See, I've got the E, and I got a Bird of Prey, the bigger, the electronic ones, that have like the lights and the sounds.
Mm-hmm.
They made an Enterprise battle damage, like the one that they blew up in 3, and it was all jacked up and everything. They sold that one, and then they sold the refit for 6, the Undiscovered Country, and I never bought it. And I wish I'd have bought it. You know how much them damn things are now? Hundreds of dollars.
I'll bet. I always liked the Enterprise from the original series movies.
Yeah, the refit.
The refit, like from part 2, 3.
That's my favorite one.
I always like that better than the Enterprise D. I know D is supposed to be the newer one.
I mean, I like the D too, but there's nothing like that silhouette of the refit Enterprise.
Yeah,
I think it's the most gorgeous ship in sci-fi.
From every angle, that ship is just gorgeous.
Yeah. Yes, the way it looks. Never mind the inside of it, just the way it looks on the outside. The model cruising through space. I don't know, something about it. Something about it.
You know what it is? It's like the flare back, pylons to the nacelles, and the nacelles glowed, and then the torpedo launchers underneath at the bottom of the dorsal section where everything connected, and they got rid of the dish, and they just have it like this menacing
glowing
dish, and they made that section. It's everything about that. That ship is sex. That ship is sex. That's just.
That's why I like part 2, the battle in the nebula between the Reliant and the Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
Just watching the way those ships move, I'm like, oh.
That ship is just basically an orgasm in ship form. It's really the perfect design, redesigning the original Enterprise. I don't think they could have really done anything more convincing.
What you got, Shannon? What you got?
It's the Eagle Moss. It's the small one.
I have the same thing. I
would love to have the big one, but I mean it's.
Yeah. Yep. Just the way it looks. It's a classic.
Such a beautiful ship. And that thing's like a third the size of the Enterprise D.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Titan in 3rd season of Picard, because it had that Enterprise look. I laid eyes on that, and I was like,
Constitution.
Yeah, I laid eyes on that, and I was like, hello.
It's not a bad looking ship. I do hate that they just shit on the F, the Enterprise F. That's a fan made ship that was made for Star Trek Online, and they had a contest. And a fan, he won it. Like, it was just a fan drawing, and that now it's canon because it's in Picard.
Yeah.
So that's like the coolest shit ever.
I haven't actually, because I don't have access to the channel. I've seen all the videos on YouTube from Picard season 3, and it, don't get me wrong, it just looks like a beautiful season.
Oh, dude, it's
I know
really good.
Just in the story. But the only thing that I don't really care for is the direction the Starship design has gone. There's just too many ships, and they all kind of, even the.
I disagree.
they're just kind of homogenous. And I really like to harken back to the the era of like the Enterprise A, when like you'd have like the Reliant was such a beautiful design, and they had so many different designs that were similar to that.
Grissom from Part 3.
There's
the old Darth class. That's a piece of shit. No, but Paradigm, did you see the ship that that got hit with the shuttlecraft?
Yeah.
That you don't like that ship? It looks like
no,
the
I didn't say I don't like the ships.
No, I mean I know that, but you was like,
I
thought you said like you didn't care that there was so many designs.
Like thousands of starships now that all look really similar, except for like subtle variations. Whereas like Starfleet used to be kind of like more like
50,000 of 4
like
different
more
ships.
Variety, at least for what you saw. I mean, in the original Star Trek, there was 12 Constitution class starships, and I think in the series we saw like maybe 8 or something like that, and half of them were like wrecked when we saw them, and it's sort of like, they didn't really use designs whenever they, from a directorial standpoint, they had to have a ship look distinct, and I don't know. I just when I see like the scene and you get like all these like ships just warping in and they go and they fill up the screen and they all just kind of look sort of the same. From an individual standpoint, if you look at
are you sure that's not from season 2? Because that actually is the exact same ship in season. Is it season 2? I don't know. It's called the Inquiry class, and it's literally like they have like a task force, and it's like 100 of them. It's the exact same ship, every one of them. Is that what you're talking about?
Starting to get into like White Star like territory from like Babylon 5, where they had like all the same ships for like the White Star line. That would go and take out like whatever they had to take out. But I don't know. It's just I like the ships to look a little bit more differentiated from each other, if at all possible. But
in the scene,
seems to be a homogeneity now that just kind of like
Yeah, in the scene where they're attacking the starbase, I mean, there's a lot of different ships, like a lot.
Just think about like Wolf 357 with like all the different ships attacking the Borg cube, and sort of like there's just a hodgepodge of designs. You had like older ships, newer ships. You'd have an Excelsior class. And then and they all ended up the same way, cut into little tiny pieces.
That's where the last Constitution in service died, was at the Battle of 359. I was like, oh, the last one.
The graveyard.
Is it Wolf 357 or 359?
359.
Wolf 359.
Sorry. R.I.P.
I used to have a shirt that said "Remember Wolf 359" on it, and nobody knew. Nobody that I like went to school with. It was like, "What the fuck's that mean?" I'm like, I'm not even gonna explain it to you.
Yeah, right.
And
you either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
Not a Star Trek fan. If anybody's watching who's like not a Star Trek fan, Wolf 359 is like our 9/11.
For Starfleet,
really brings the feel.
They got wrecked.
Let's drink to all those lives lost at Wolf 359.
To Sisko's wife, who met her demise.
Yep.
Damn, that was good story writing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Wasn't that the shit?
Yes.
Damn.
Wish there was more of that.
The heyday of Star, and they milked that, but when they milked it good.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Cisco and the whole start of Deep Space Nine, which is a phenomenal show for a show where they were just like, oh, we're just kind of hanging on a space station. Should be boring as fuck, but it's not.
Right.
And it had like one of the best. What they did with the Ferengi on Deep Space Nine, like with Quark and his family.
Yeah, like they made the Ferengi into like I never even cared about them until that show.
I love the Grand Nagus.
Yeah.
By, Sean Williams, Sean Wallace played him. Yeah.
Quark.
That's such good shit, man. Oh god.
Could you imagine one of those right, like one of my favorite ones, and he worked on I think all the series, the Next Generation series. Brandon Braga. Could you imagine him writing a Star Wars script of some sort? That'd be a good story.
What actual talent writing Star Wars? What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. Well, can we get some of that, please? Can I order that? Can I order that? I give you $1.
Different franchise, and it's not Lego, but it's like Lego type blocks. See if you recognize this one.
The Gunstar?
That's the Last Starfighter.
Yeah, it's a
You
Gunstar.
asshole. Oh, that's like one of my favorite movies. You know that never happened to me? I tried. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't selected.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
You've been selected by. Oh God, I'm too drunk.
You've been recruited by the Star League
to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
Yeah. Damn.
Is that one of the greatest movies of all time?
Yes.
Yeah. Some of the earliest CGI
ever. I want to backtrack a bit. Speaking of Star Trek women,
did you see my post on Instagram? When I started liking Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Yes.
Did you see it, John?
Yep.
Okay, and I know that you guys had a crush. My crush, my favorite, was always Kira Nerys. I love Kira.
Nana Visitor.
Yep.
Nana Visitor.
Yeah.
Is
lovely, lovely young lady.
Yeah, she just, I don't know, man. I want a Bajoran lady.
I tell you, I mean, it was hard for me because I always thought the Doctor was smoking hot, but when
which one?
When Troy Crusher,
you like
Beverly?
What you mean? Which one? Which Doctor? The only female Doctor.
Well,
Crusher.
You weren't specific, bitch.
All right, heifer.
But
when Troy went to wearing not like the official uniform and held her hair up and the curls.
Yeah, right. Everybody did on that.
I met her at a convention.
Me
I
too.
met Marina Sirtis at a convention.
I met her and Jonathan Frakes.
You listen to her talk in her original English accent, like on stage telling stories.
And her eyes.
You will have to go home and touch yourself.
Yeah, and her eyes. Eyes. She wore I never knew she wore contacts. I just thought she had really, really, really gorgeous eyes. She has hazel eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you look a lot different without your contacts in. I didn't know that.
And then age caught up with her, unfortunately, but she's still hot. She's still hot shit. I love listening to her talk about. She's just like, that woman does not suffer fools. She's like a warrior.
Good.
That's a warrior. A woman who is like a warrior is that's an aphrodisiac. She's so cool.
No, I'm not going down another hobby. I don't have the room for it, or the money.
Yeah, well, you was definitely looking up some Lego stuff, bro.
Well, that was just to tease you guys.
That's called taunting.
Yes, it is. What are you going to do about it?
Resist.
Resistance is
Show up at your house with a baseball bat.
Resistance is futile, sir.
I knew he was going to say that.
Hey, you said it.
The line must be drawn here, this far, no further.
You shall not pass.
Greetings, Starfighter.
Rita, nah.
Thank you. Yes. All right. Yep. Yep. I got you.
I think
Guitar.
we need to approach the auto industry and tell them that they need to incorporate Death Blossom in every car design. It's like, wait until they're all in range and push that button. All the traffic went away.
Dude, some of the traffic jams we've been having in Rhode Island lately since we had to close the bridge down. There are days I wish. If you Google Washington Bridge, Rhode Island, it's a circus.
80s sci-fi movies. What's your jam for 80s sci-fi movies? I'm thinking, obviously, The Last Starfighter. Anybody ever see the what the fuck is that movie called? It had John Boy in it. Battle Beyond the Stars. Did you guys ever see that?
I've
I don't
heard of
believe
it.
so.
I've heard of it.
I recommend checking that out at some point because it's sort of like, there's the big bad, and they have to fight against the big bad, so they get like a hodgepodge of ships to fight against them. And John Boy comes from a planet, and they have a ship that's very anatomically like female in nature, and it's just like George Papard's in it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just sort of like one of those 80s throwaway sci-fi movies that's just like a guilty pleasure because it's actually like really enjoyable.
The reason I've heard of it is because it's one of James Horner's early soundtracks before he got into like Star Trek 2 and 3 and all of them. So that's how I've heard of it. But two of my favorites from early 80s, they're actually a couple of Disney ones, believe it or not. Tron and Black Hole.
Oh yeah, Black Hole, Vincent, voiced by Roddy McDowell.
You got it.
That movie is the shit.
And old Bob, Slim Pickens.
Old Bob.
Yep.
We're all old Bob right now. We've been through too much stuff. We're banged up, but we're still useful.
And friggin' Maximilian.
Most terrifying, like, freaking robot ever made.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
With a great cast, too. You got, Anthony Perkins, Maximilian Schell, yep.
Wait, what was that called again?
The Black Hole. It was 19...
Maximilian sounds familiar to me.
If you Google it, you would know him as soon as you see him, probably.
Now, listen, I watched a video that it was the history of how that movie was made, and it went through so much. It went through the full gauntlet of creativity.
Yeah.
Just kept changing and changing and changing and changing.
You can tell they went wild with some of it. Yeah.
873 years later, they finally made the fucking thing, and it was nothing like how it started.
Yeah, it's
a good movie.
Class. It is.
It has a certain ambiance to it. It's just like with the theme. It's just like it has like kind of like a. It's hard to explain the theme, but
John Barry does the music, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not. I know some people dismiss it as a Star Wars clone, but it's a lot. Some of the plot line is a lot more ambitious than Star Wars. I'll tell you. We're talking metaphysical stuff here. I mean,
right.
The main ship is called the Palomino, and it's just basically like a saucepan with like legs. It's sort of like
I miss that.
I don't know.
Oh shit! Look it up.
I mean, I don't know. Like, my dad introduced me to Star Trek in the mid to late '80s. So I mean, that was kind of like my bread and butter. I watched Star Trek before I even saw Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it did come first. The movie I was trying to come up with is called Enemy Mine.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
I remember that.
With
Dennis Quaid.
But Louis Gossett Jr., who recently passed away.
Yep.
Which made me think of that reminds me of the is it a Star Trek episode? The one with it was like the Next Generation episode.
Darmok.
Yes.
You think of the alien? Yeah. Yep.
Darmok, or whatever.
Darmok and Jalad.
That's an Agra, yeah.
Yeah. The metaphor. The metaphor people.
Isn't that like one of the most incredible Star Trek episodes?
Yes.
Oh fuck! It's great.
Yeah.
Like who saw that coming? Like that kind of creativity. Like they talked in metaphor, they talked
Yep.
in illusion.
Yeah.
That was so, and of course Picard figured that shit
I was
out.
about to say, when he figures it out and he gets beamed back up and he's got the knife and like he starts talking and like the bridge crew's
And
like,
he transport the knife.
the bridge crew's like, how the hell do you know what they're saying?
Yeah.
Data couldn't even
So
figure it out.
beautiful.
What the fuck? And here is Picard speaking it like he's been speaking it for years.
Paul Winfield played the alien.
Paul Winfield, R.I.P.
Yep. Terrell from Star Trek 2.
Yup.
That was him.
Star Trek Legacy.
Oh damn, yeah, it was, wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah, Captain Terrell. Yep.
Never survived a single Star Trek episode.
But went out like a boss.
Place in
Right.
Trek lore. Permanent hero.
You know, I always like you talking about old stuff. The only thing I could think that not like mainstream really. Well, I, mean, I guess it kind of is because it's Disney. Is do y'all remember Flight of the Navigator?
Yes.
I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, I wanted that ship as a kid.
Yeah, it's changed shape. When it went
Oh
past.
my god.
It was like, what
Yep.
is that? Yeah, that and the last Starfighter. That was.
But
Besides
check
Star
out
Trek and Star Wars, that's about the only thing I really
check out
remember.
Black Hole. It's Disney with teeth.
Black Hole.
Yes.
Where would I? Do you know anybody that's where is it streaming somewhere or is it?
If you have Disney,
Maybe rent it on the Microsoft store or something.
if you have Disney Plus, it's on there.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yep.
That'd be
That and the original Tron's on there too.
Yeah, I
I think
remember.
that for
I
sure.
was never a big fan of Tron. I don't know what it was. But
I,
I just,
for me, Tron
It's okay.
was like, I love that movie because Jeff Bridges was in it, and I
Yeah.
really,
I
I'm
like
a
Jeff Bridges.
fan. Starman, Jeff Bridges.
Love
Starman.
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 Yes.
Actually, look, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my list. And do you know the red light scene when she runs the red light?
Yeah.
That is in my hometown of Jasper in Tennessee.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
I just remember the whole scene where like they're in the back of a RV or it's a mobile home that's being hauled somewhere and
Yeah.
Yep.
healing
Yeah.
her and the subtlety and the intensity of
The
that
music. The
that just-
music.
Do
And
y'all
of course-
ever listen? What you said, music. Do y'all ever think of that movie when there's a helicopter in the distance and it's coming towards you and you hear that? I swear that's what they use for that music. That is it.
Yep.
It's a helicopter far away.
I only see Apaches coming at me and I'm always like too busy like dodging, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
one of my favorite one of my favorite moments from Starman is after Jenny gets shot. Starman's driving the Corvette or whatever the hell it is. He bashes through the barricade and he's heading for the crash. He reaches into his pocket for one of those spheres, and he's got a look on his face like, I am so done with this shit.
And he's got like 3 of them.
Yep.
He's like, ugh.
Yep. I'm done. Yep.
isn't Jeff Bridges like amazing? Of course,
Oh.
everyone knows him as the dude.
Yep. But Iron Man. Obadiah.
Well, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he was a really terrifying bad guy.
He looked like he was having fun in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a bunch of scraps. I'm not Tony Stark.
You know who that is that he's talking to, by the way?
Oh,
Ralphie from Christmas Story.
What?
is it?
Look it up. Look
I
it
mean,
up.
I believe you.
Peter Billingsley, he's in
You're
it.
gonna make me want to go watch Iron Man again just to see if I can notice.
He's not only that, he's also in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Peter Billingsley is in the Marvel universe.
Yes. Yep.
He's
He's buddies with Favreau. That's how he got into it.
Okay.
okay.
Now,
Alright.
did any of you see the Christmas Story sequel on Netflix?
Yeah, I watched it.
that
Oh.
was okay, wasn't it? It's
I
like
thought, yeah, I enjoyed it.
I
like
I have listen. I have not watched that, and I'll tell you why. I'm nervous.
It's not bad.
The original Christmas Story it's near and dear to my heart. It was my wife's absolute favorite Christmas movie of all time
Oh,
ever.
I understand. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, that's not my point. Here's the thing. She wanted to check out Christmas Story 2. I had reservations. She says, no, let's watch it. So we bought it. We popped the DVD in. We're about maybe 20, 25 minutes into the movie. I'm talking Christmas Story 2 now. I'm here. I'm on one end of the couch. My wife's on the other end. The kids are on the floor in front of us. I look at my wife and I go, are you enjoying this? She goes, no. I'm like, good. I popped the DVD out, threw it right in the trash. My kids' eyes were bugging out. They could not believe, what is Dad doing? I'm like, gone. I did not even put it back in the box. I just went right in the kitchen, bam. I was like Sem's Nerd before Sem's Nerd even did it. Get in the bin.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Trash.
If you would have watched it to about the 40-minute mark, you probably been like, okay, they're going somewhere.
Nope.
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 All right. I just like the part where like he runs into Scott Farkas or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Oh, part 3? Okay.
And
I will say, I do like, not to interrupt you, Scott, but I do like the fact that they brought some of the original cast back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, they try to tie up some loose ends because it's like he's a fucking police officer. And I'm just like, okay, well, that.
The movie had the feels. It had the.
It's got a few moments.
Like, you can watch it once and you didn't feel violated.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And you reminisced. And then you went home, and then you went like, all right, next year we're just gonna watch Christmas Story. Fuck you.
I was just about to say, are you like me? Are y'all guys like me when it comes on at Christmas time? I watch it every Christmas and Christmas Eve at least
the classic
once all the way through both days.
Yeah.
Because my wife thinks I'm crazy. She goes, "You watch this again?" I'm like, "Yes, girl."
It's our background noise when we put the tree up.
Exactly.
And we all quote the lines to each other, you know?
Yeah, no matter where it is when you start it. Because, it comes on like, what? Like
the marathon.
Like 18 hours in a row or something.
Yeah.
I triple dog dare you. Oh.
The bell rang.
Stop. Ow.
Not a finger.
Ow. And you see.
Not a finger.
And you see, like, everyone's gathered around him, and they just, like, pull him off, and you know that was extra shade. And he comes in, and he's got, like, all the Band-Aids on his tongue.
Yeah.
Like,
sons of bitches! Promises!
If you ever went by my parents' house during Christmas time, they decorate, they have an indoor porch. They've got it all lit up. They've got a Christmas tree.
They have the leg.
With Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and they got the, Frosty and Mrs. Frosty, or whatever the hell her name is. They got Charlie Brown, they've got the Nativity, and you got Joseph, baby Jesus, Mary, posed with the light of the leg lamp.
I was just about to say, please tell me you're gonna do the lamp.
The leg lamp is my father's. My dad wanted the leg lamp.
Fragile.
Must be Italian.
It's Italian. I had
it's a major award. I won it.
The technician that works on our machines where I work, he was telling me that something about an inconsistency in the whole thing with the box that the leg comes in. I guess when they initially started filming, the box was really huge. They couldn't get through the door or something. So they actually had to cut it down in size. Yeah. So they have some before shots with the box is one size with writing on it, and then when they get it in the house, it's different, and the writing on it is different. It's been truncated because they actually had to reduce the size of the box in order to get it into the. I'm not exactly sure what the whole gist of the story is, and fuck you, Scott. That was dumb. Whatever you just said.
No, but
but it's just sort of one of those interesting, oh well,
yeah.
How they just survive production and produce a product. And that's a wonderful movie.
The thing I love the most about that is the ending, but it's been for two different reasons. As a kid, I loved it because it's the dad who gives him the gun.
Yeah.
The last person that you would think. And the father is as giddy as the kid is. You know?
Yeah. They
But
go
now-
all over it.
Now as an adult, I can appreciate it because I'm the dad.
Yeah.
You know, that's like when I gave the kids the lightsabers that Christmas. That was their faces when I pulled these things out of the box and handed them off. I'm like, yep, there we go. I was as bad as they was that day. Even my my 21-year-old, my second oldest, he was, I forget how old he was at the time, but you know, he likes to be Mr. Cool. You know, doesn't like to seem too excited about things. So, yeah, all right, that's cool. That night, he's on a voice chat with his buddies. Guys, you will not believe what my father got me. He got me a lightsaber. No, honestly, he got a lightsaber, not a toy. And I'm like, yeah, there we go. Score one for the old man.
That's a win.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, the Griswolds, is another one. Christmas Vacation.
Oh, dude, Christmas Vacation.
Uh-huh.
God, I could watch that now.
Yep.
I can pop that in right now.
Yep.
Because it is a Christmas movie, but it's also just a great comedy.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in that movie is in the store when he's got the woman's trying to sell him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's like, yeah,
Whatever.
let's go like this.
And then the kid walks up.
It's like,
Oh,
hey Russ. It's like
Can't see the lines, can you, Russ? Nope.
I got a lot. I'm not like something about like a Yule log, but whatever.
Yeah. But I remember seeing that as a kid, and the part where the dog eating the trash under the table throws up. It's just yakking on the bone. Prop.
yeah.
First time I saw
You got it.
the first time I saw that, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard because I grew up with Rottweilers, and when they puke, that's what they sound like.
Yeah.
I lost it. I was gone.
For me, it's when the old woman's just like,
What's happening over there? It's kind of a squeaky sound.
right before the squirrel attack.
And the rocket's red glare.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And then Eddie stands up and salutes.
Amen.
Amen. And then he cuts the turkey and explodes.
An idiot in his bathrobe, pouring a liquid sewer down our gutters. Or whatever.
Have you guys seen the drawing, the meme of Eddie emptying the sewer tank or whatever?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Pennywise is in the sewer. You son of a bitch!
Yeah. Oh, dude, the internet's undefeated when it comes to memes. There's
Yeah,
that's some
right.
of the greatest shit ever.
That movie had a really amazing cast too. I mean, like Julia Louise Dreyfus is in that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's
Fucking the
damn-
whole family is just like all.
She's the miserable neighbor. Yeah, and what's her name? From E.T. Kate Phobes. Kate or Phoebe Kate or you know what I'm talking about? The girl in the red bikini. He's dreaming about the pool.
That's Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, Phoebe Kate. Yeah,
Is it?
She's in that.
yeah. She's the girl in the damn swimsuit when he's dreaming about the pool.
Yeah, you're talking about like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I was gonna say you're thinking of a different movie.
You segued.
No,
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Stop.
you want to bet some money?
Yeah.
I'm a Scott on this one.
All right. Well,
I
just
don't know the
we'll
lady's
wait
name.
for
But,
him to- just let him.
Is it
bury
not the same
himself.
person?
nope.
Are you sure?
I don't know the actress's name, or even if she is an actress. Maybe she's just a model, but it's not Phoebe Cates.
Maybe I'm getting the name wrong.
What character are you talking about in Christmas Vacation? That's supposed to be Phoebe Cates.
Just wait.
All right. Well, I'll wait for you to prove yourself wrong.
I will prove myself wrong.
I know the scene you're talking about, but it's not her.
That's not who that is.
Wait a minute, this guy get demonetized. Boom, boom.
Something generic.
You're an idiot. No, it's just oh God, how long does it take him to like find something on the interweb?
Man, it sure does look like her.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. No.
Yeah, it is her. Yeah, it is her.
In Christmas Vacation?
Yep, she's the girl in the red. He's sitting there and he's looking at all the damn people, all of his family members, doing the pool jump, and then all of a sudden they're all gone and it's her and she's on the diving board.
And that's Phoebe Cates.
Yep. If it ain't, it's her damn twin.
This is the part of the live stream where everything kind of got weird. And everybody just went off on their own.
People still watching this?
Did their own things on their phones. And I'm down here at the bottom just kind of going like, who gives a shit?
Nope, it was a lady by the name of Nicolette Scorsese. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, she's the chick from the store.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he talking about?
That's the same girl.
That's
the same.
Oh, damn, it is. It is.
Oh my word, Shannon!
I'm a moron. I could have sworn it was her. I was like,
the debate has just gone completely to John and Scott. You completely represented yourself horribly.
They're probably it is a wild tangent, Ike. You're right, but hey, you know what? That's what we do here. You know.
You thought that the girl from the scene was Phoebe Cates?
They're probably it was.
No, look, I'm seeing the scene from Fast Times. That's what I'm seeing.
I get it. It is similar. I'm not. I get it. Believe me, but
look,
yeah,
Paradigm. Let me tell you something. You know how much drugs I've done in my life. Can I get a mulligan, bro?
How old are you,
guys? Listen. I'm stone cold sober. Okay, trust me.
What would you say?
What's this shit?
Did you ask me something?
What have you been drinking? Juice?
Yeah. Apple juice.
That's whiskey. Don't let him lie to you.
I'm a functional.
What did you ask me, Paradigm? I could not hear you. What'd you say?
I don't know, but all I know.
You said how something.
I am going to pretend that he's been drinking the hard stuff
as much as you have,
and that. Well, no, I've been drinking beer. I've had 3.
You're drinking high gravity.
I'm already 18.
We can tell you've had 3.
I'm already getting sober. What are you talking about? You don't know me, man.
Apple flavored whiskey. Yeah, there you go. I'll roll with that. Okay, Ike, thank you.
Out to a bar. You don't know me. The 3 of you. Oh God. We gotta fix some shit. We all need to go out and get hammered.
I am so down.
No wonder Mojo's not out here yet. He's probably looking at this going, what the fuck?
And I want some barbecue.
They're going to fuck around and miss this stream because it's 10:30. I got about another half hour in me. I got to work tomorrow.
That's about reasonable.
Huh?
That sounds reasonable to me.
What, a half hour?
Yeah, about a half hour.
Yeah.
Is anybody watching other than Ike?
I don't know, but I'm gonna make something out of this whole Phoebe Kate thing. I'll tag y'all in it.
It's becoming.
I'm gonna be like, oh, Paradigm. You know how much drugs I've done in my life when I was a young man and stupid. That's why I can't remember shit.
Man, you totally like. I don't know what the hell.
Look, that was a swing and a miss. I admit it. I'm a swing and a miss.
It's all right. We love you
That's not
anyway.
the first time it's ever happened to me. I remember doing a video, and I know this shit. I know it, but I don't know if it's because the camera was on me or what. But I got the music to Luke fighting Vader in Return of the Jedi confused with the music that there's playing during their fight in this Empire Strikes Back. And I realized it like 5 minutes after saying, I was like, wait a minute, I'm an idiot. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, that's from Return of the Jedi. There's just so much shit in this scrambled egg that, sometimes bacon comes out instead of,
Well, the thing is, it's like there's so many little electronic impulses in your melon bouncing around from like one side to the other. And occasionally, just things get dislodged and memories merge. And that's how creativity works. Maybe someday you'll get the right formula and you'll create like the perfect Star Wars story, with Phoebe Cates in it. And the girl from
she's definitely going to be like the first officer.
Yeah.
And then her captain's going to die. And then she's going to take
Will
over as captain.
Because it's a completely female cast, and it'll be like such a big hit, and you'll be rolling in cash, and you'll have your Darth Maul saber, and you'll be hanging out with you won't be live streaming with us anymore, and John and I will be live streaming together.
Remember when we knew him before all this?
Yeah, you remember him before he became a complete fucking setup piece of shit. Yeah, and all of a sudden we get like our phones start ringing, and it's the lawyer from like this douchebag's freaking.
I'm gonna have Paradigm's gonna be a special consultant, and
he's gonna bring us in.
Yes, I'm bringing in the fold. I'm like, John, you're gonna pick the music.
Keep.
I'm in. I accept. I accept.
There you go. I'm like, Paradigm, do you really think this whole female cast is gonna work? You're gonna be like, yes.
Williams, Horner, Goldsmith, Giacchino. Yep, I got all the soundtracks. We're good.
See?
I got a whole library.
Gotta have a good team around you, man. I can't do it all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do as least as I can. I'm sloughing all on y'all.
You just want me around because you know that I'll provide all the sabers for everything.
Exactly. Because we're going to need a lot. Because this is going to be an Academy movie.
Be used.
You're going to have like 75 Jedi and 2 Sith. Rule of 2. And the 2 Sith are going to kill like 80% of everybody.
Yep.
Well, we need to stick together because like it doesn't look like the next few years are going to be too conducive to success. So I mean, we have to lean on each other a little bit.
Ike, you're going to cater? Good, bring it.
Yes, yes, do it.
Ike, what kind of food?
Barbecue.
Mate, pretty on hungry.
I could go for a burrito.
I had a taco bowl for lunch / dinner.
I've got one word for you, my friend. Lasagna.
My wife makes a fire lasagna, dude.
Really?
There's a Mexican restaurant about maybe 7 minutes from my house that beats the
Look, my wife makes a fire ass lasagna, and she uses cottage cheese and turkey, and it is delicious.
Oh, the ground turkey? Okay.
Yeah. Look, I can do ground turkey like that in anything, except I want a hamburger. I want beef. But like tacos, spaghetti, even tacos, like turkey tacos with the taco season, I can't tell the difference.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The top of the shit on there, that's just fire. It's healthy, very very lean. But I want a hamburger. I don't want no turkey. I want a hamburger.
You want beef?
Yes.
Bring the cow over.
In my house, we end up like where it comes to bacon, we always end up with a turkey bacon, but a burger has to be beef. Yes. I agree with you.
Yes, it's got to be beef.
So Ike says his wife was born and raised in Mexico, so I'm thinking like tacos with lasagna.
Tacos with lasagna.
Lasagna with taco meat. Lasagna with taco meat.
Like a spicy lasagna, or like
You
like
know-
a zesty, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
Just give me cheese. That's all you need is cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Drown it. Get the shredded cheese and just.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you speaking my language now. Southern food. I need.
Everyone's favorite cheese. Everyone's favorite cheese.
Oh, I like pepper jack.
Ugh.
And I like Munster too. Strangely, but pepper jack's probably my favorite.
I kind of like any variation of cheddar, but like you give me some mozzarella, but like any cheese short of brie, you're probably gonna be
Yeah.
okay with me. American works in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
Provolone works in certain situations, but
Yep.
cheddar overall is my go-to. A nice sharp cheddar. Why am I hungry?
I don't know. You've been smoking the devil's lettuce. I may have once or twice today. No. Yeah. No, but no. Ike says he's the grill master, so I need
Okay.
a good Boston butt. I need some
If you've
baby back
grill,
ribs, like collard greens. I need some grilled corn.
Ribs.
Some sort of potato dish.
tater salad, God,
My
Deviled
mother-in-law.
eggs.
My
And I don't
mother-in-law
want no
makes
deal. No deal in my deviled eggs. No relish.
My mother-in-law makes a potato salad that is to die for.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Does anybody here like grilled asparagus?
I'm not a big fan of asparagus, but I haven't eaten it in years. I'd be willing to try it again because I've come around to a lot of stuff that I wouldn't eat before.
One of the claims to fame of like the townships that Hadley, where I live, is it has some of the best asparagus in the world. It's like the tastiest, and like after you've eaten your asparagus, like 2 hours later, the pea, exquisite. So good. So fucking good.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like,
How did I know you were going down that avenue?
What did I eat 2 hours ago? Oh, that's right. I remember now.
You sure you've only had 3 drinks?
This is actually just me as I normally am. So
Okay.
Look, I want to talk about the acolyte a little bit more while we're while we're still thinking about it. Now, look, I want to talk about one of the things that people are complaining about that I think that they shouldn't.
Okay.
I've been seeing this stuff about how they're complaining, like the Daphne King. They're like, she's a Padawan. She shouldn't be able to fight better than those Jedi.
Right.
And I'm
She
like,
been in there for like 10 seconds and she got her ass kicked because she's because Indara got like she's Jedi Master got killed instantly. Okay, gotcha.
Obi-Wan Kenobi cut Darth Maul in half.
I was just about to say Kenobi was a Padawan.
Padawan. Some people are just better swordsmen than other people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think, some people are like, this is stupid. I'm just like, okay, look, that's something you should not complain about, in my opinion, is that. Complain about the writing. The writing is dog shit.
And what are they complaining about? She done got killed anyway,
Because people are just, I don't know. People
Nitpickers.
complain about the stupidest things and then say the other things are fire. And it's like, no, I disagree with that. Sorry.
They complain for the sake of complaining because they think everybody else is. They want to jump on. Which is why when I made my video, I was careful to point out the stuff that I did like and not just the stuff that I didn't like.
Yeah. It's few and far between, but there is a thing or two that's, like I said, the fight was cool. I enjoyed the fight. I did.
Yep.
It was a little long. It was like, I think it was like 20 minutes, in and out. But it's like, that's a lot of fighting. And he murks everybody except for the twins and Soul. It's like that whole line of Jedi, in the previous episode.
Yeah.
He
Well,
marked.
we all
he
knew
marked
they were
all
just
them
a bunch
people.
of red
The
shirts.
wild part was when he stabbed one Jedi, used the Force to pull the other one over, and shish kebab both of them. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, there we go. All right.
I can't lie. That was cool. And then when he says killing people, I'm like, damn, he's just murking people.
Yep.
I was kind of weirded out about the cortosis, the stuff that makes the lightsaber short out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh, that's actually a thing in the EU.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
It's old. I'm like, okay. Well,
They,
so
they,
like,
they,
you're
they
gonna
didn't
bring
pull it
out.
out. They didn't pull it out of their ass. It existed. So
like, but that's what I'm saying. So like, you can do that. You can go you can research that metal, and you don't know Kiadi Mooney is not alive, and he should not know about the Sith at all, or the situation. So I'm like, come on, man, what are y'all doing?
And the reason why they did that was that apparently they couldn't use Yoda, which would have been, manageable.
Because I think they were like Yoda. Nah, you ain't fucking him up. Nah.
If they had used
He's
Yoda,
on limits. no, bro. No.
even if Yoda had been there and there was a Sith that showed up, Yoda could use plausible deniability, and then everyone would be like, "Well, Yoda was kind of a jerk for not bringing that up if he knew about that shit." But I don't know. It's Yoda. He probably
There's no reason for the look. They could have avoided all this by putting it not 100 years before fucking the end of Revenge of the Sith. That's one, and two. It could have been like a secluded situation where it was a group of Jedi crash landed, or and they find a Sith, and then he marks them all. And they're and nobody knows the better.
Well, then
it's just the way they did it, and it's like you didn't have to do it that way. You could, if you'd put some fucking thought into it, and had somebody who knew what the fuck they were doing. They wrote this story.
See,
you could have gotten around all this shit that people are complaining about.
They just, Kathleen Kennedy, she found someone that she liked who had the message that that she wants to convey, and it didn't really matter that this person had never done anything Star Wars related. I guess I can't remember her name is, but I guess she was a Star Wars fan. That's what I've heard, but that doesn't mean that you can come along and you can do a Star Wars fanfic, but like
are you talking about Leslie Headland?
Yeah. Producing an actual show with any kind of like coherence that like resides at least somewhat comfortably within lore, and I just think they went into the whole project just thinking that they could dismantle things with complete wild abandon, and no one would seem to care, or even if anybody did actually care, Disney has such arrogance that they were just like, we own the property now. What are you gonna do? So, well, they're gonna lose fans, and the people that are gonna be watching Star Wars from now on are all gonna be those indoctrinated into the Disney version of it, and the rest of us are gonna be. We're just gonna stop watching it. Like I stopped watching Doctor Who because after the Capaldi season, it's just the writing hasn't been there, and I try watching an episode of Doctor. It's not about the message. I fall asleep. It's
didn't
not.
Disney buy Doctor Who?
Yep.
Did they buy it, or are they just distributing it like overseas?
They're producing it. They're
I thought they acquired it from BBC.
Yeah, I don't know the whole. All I know is that I don't care about the wokeness, or I don't care about any of the, and all I know is that it just doesn't connect with me anymore. It's not the Doctor Who that okay, listen, there, from the first season of the newer shit with Christopher Eccleston, they have an episode where they go back in time, and the Doctor's talking to Rose about her father, and her father had died in an automobile accident. So Rose goes back to witness this because apparently she wants to, say goodbye to him as he's dying, and that's like part of the lore. And then she just like freaks out, saves him, so he lives, and completely destroys the fabric of the space-time continuum, and they have to reset everything. So eventually he has to die, and it's just in a very emotional, very strongly written, very powerful episode. And it's just sort of like that kind of writing just doesn't exist anymore. And it's nothing is compelling. It's just sort of like you just sit there going like, it's just a bunch of running around and a bunch of like messaging thrown at you, and the story's really kind of weak. And I fall asleep. I'm like, it has nothing to do with the Doctor Who that I used to love, and it's just sort of like, so I don't watch it anymore. I've given up on it.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen with Star Wars, though. I really think that they can still produce some good shit, and that they've got some.
They can. It just will they?
Yeah. Right.
Did you see
listen to us?
Well, did you see the original plan for the Kenobi trilogy?
Probably.
Bro, it would have been fucking great. Rex was gonna be in it. He was gonna be hanging out with Kenobi. They were gonna have adventures and shenanigans and shit. Oh, dude, like Star Wars 3 went over the script.
Well, that would have been too awesome. So we can't have that.
I mean, I'm like, why did you not do that? Just like the same thing, like once fucking what's it called? Fucking the dog shit one.
Like a bad
The Last Jedi. After that
Okay.
came out, there was a script to kind of like make the last one badass. Rey in all black, a blue double-bladed lightsaber. And they're like, no, we don't need none of that. I'm like, why? The good shit, you're just like, no, let's do this stupid shit over here because we'd like it better. I'm like, y'all are morons.
That's just it. They need
I don't get it.
advisors. They need actual like Star Wars fans advising them, and not only are you advising them, but you're standing back there with like a Louisville Slugger with some, nails in it, just going like, we think that'd probably be a good idea for you to do that.
Be like Robert De Niro in The Untouchables with a baseball bat behind the guy.
Yeah. It's like, I don't really think that's such a good go all Homelander on them, and it's just like, but sorry, I'm condoning violence apparently.
No,
I'm not.
satire.
It's just
Satire.
Yeah, right.
exactly.
No, but this all started with the very first movie from the sequel trilogy, which was okay. I enjoyed it. We all thought that Finn might be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Holy shit! We all thought that Rey might be like a reincarnation of Anakin, or Obi-Wan's kid he had maybe with what was her name? The Mandalorian chick. Sabine, yeah. And then, they're like, you know what? Okay, we're going to give this movie to somebody else. And then he wanted to change stuff.
That was the mistake. They had too many cooks doing the pot.
You remember the scene with Rey with all the rocks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that was supposed to be Luke Skywalker was supposed to be doing that at the end of the first sequel trilogy movie. And he was like, hey, I need you to like not do that because Luke's going to be a pussy. I'm like, really? I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And then you think that's a good idea.
Can you imagine if it was Luke
really
lifting lifting all those rocks? We would have lost our mind.
No, I mean, like at the beginning at the end of that first movie, like when Rey finds him, he's supposed to be meditating and rocks are supposed to be surrounding him. So like he's training.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be a hermit, drinking titty milk. That's not how his story was supposed to progress. And then Ryan Johnson comes and he came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
And just blew it up.
I was having a thought about the Rey movie and the
new
thing
one?
Huh?
The new one that they're making?
Yeah, the new one that they're making, and the thing that occurred to me is if they don't make nice with John Boyega and bring him in and give his character just justice and like let him flesh out that character the way it was supposed to be. Like I'm like you, I'm convinced he was meant to be a Jedi. He obviously had force abilities, and they really did his character dirty in the sequel. And of course, he knew that, and that's why he, got off the Star Wars train and said he wanted nothing to do with it. But he's been kind of lightening up a little bit lately, and I think that maybe I would like to think that probably Disney approached him and said, we're gonna do something with this character, and it's gonna be to your liking. If they don't at least, if like Finn's not even in that movie at all, I don't really understand what the point of it would be.
Yeah,
it's like he was such an integral part of that whole dynamic. I understand if Poe's not in there, but
Finn should be Rey's apprentice.
Yeah, I mean,
straight up.
I
would go watch that movie. No matter, even if that weird ass woman is writing, directing, whatever. If Finn is her apprentice, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch that just to find out what happens.
And if they had like Ghost,
Luke,
Ben, Solo,
Kylo,
Ben,
Ben, if they really thought about it and produced a product that this is actually what Star Wars fans want to see, but it's just going to be like a Jedi school, and so they're all going to be female, and they're going to have to face off against like a Sith Lord.
The other thing that they have to do to quiet down some of us, they have to reveal how what's her name got Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, Maz?
Yes.
Maz
they have to reveal that. That is one of my biggest gripes.
They need to make that plot line as sort of like one of the secondary plots within the movie that's sort of integral to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like in flashbacks, it's somehow figure out a way to make that part of the lore that affects what's going on now.
You're right, Scott. Not only do they have to they have to do it right. They can't just say, "Oh yeah, I got it from blah, 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 blah." No, give us a flashback.
And and that was a compelling character. I actually liked that character.
Maz,
They never did anything with her. They never went anywhere.
The next movie, she was just like in a communications thing. Yeah. She wasn't even there, and she was fighting somebody with a jetpack on. I'm like, why can't we see that? That would have been cool for a minute. See her flying around a jetpack, murking people.
You know what? If they made Jar Jar Binks the big bad, somehow back from the dead,
Darth Jar Jar, make it happen. I'm all for it.
I'd watch that shit. And you have like all Dark Troopers.
Who made the Dark Jar Jar sound font? Was it K-Sith or was it Cacophonic? Whoever.
That's
use that sound font as his slot.
And not only that, make Jar Jar look like that picture that's been floating around the internet.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh,
the Sith Gungan, that is nasty. That is gnarly looking."
I'm here for it.
And have him speak like in a normal voice, like let him drop the act. Like me say Jar Jar, like it's all an act in his normal voice.
I am Lord Binks.
Tell me Ahmed and have Ahmed Best do it.
You will.
No, you have to have like, you are going to die.
I was about to say, I've heard some stuff.
Thinking you not fight very well. Something like that. Like,
yeah. Just have him drop the stupidity, yes. Like it was all an act.
If they just recruited 100 different Star Wars fans with like a degree in creative writing to assist them with creating
that's a good point. That is a good point. They need to be Star Wars fans. They need to know at least have a good general knowledge of the IP they're
Star Wars fans, but it has to be Star Wars fans with some skills some writing
Yeah.
skills. They've actually
Yeah.
had some technical training.
Yep.
They know how to do a script. They know how to do a story, characters, cohesive writing. They have to have fact checkers. They have to have lore experts and people to consult and create a story that is entertaining, while maintaining its structure, maintaining its logical integrity, and just sort of like
Yeah. I think they should have a guy like Sam Witwer. He really knows his stuff. I mean, have you seen that interview where he checked Dave Filoni? He was talking about, they got to introduce Padme to his folks, and he's like, that already happened in that movie. And they're like, oh, he out nerded Dave Filoni. It's like Sam Witwer, he knows his stuff, dude.
Have him write it and have Spielberg.
Not necessarily write it.
Have Spielberg direct it. And here's why I say that. At one point, Lucas wanted Spielberg to direct Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, just let somebody with some damn sense proofread the script.
Can you imagine the Spielberg in his prime Spielberg, like 80s Spielberg, doing Return of the Jedi?
Oh.
Sweet Jesus.
My God.
So, I hate to be a party pooper, but none of this is gonna ever happen.
Oh, of course not, but it's fun to speculate.
You're more than likely correct. We can all hope. Plus, I mean, there's always
rebellions are built on hope.
Exactly.
There's always
fan projects. Like I'm really hyped for Theories. His 2 episode. It's gonna be like CGI Clone Wars looking. Have you seen? He's got some snippets of stuff on his channel. It looks good.
Season 2. That will be good. Hopefully.
I hope so. I thought Andor season 1 was kind of slow, but I mean, after watching Acolyte, like I think I might
give Andor another watch.
I might rewatch Andor.
Oh, I
started
love
rewatching
Andor.
Kenobi.
I love Andor.
I started rewatching Kenobi right before.
Acolyte makes Kenobi look much better.
It does.
And I'm watching.
I actually like Kenobi mostly, except for a few things.
Remember, we got lightsabers. Do we enjoy?
The problem I had with Kenobi was it was only 6 episodes. They should have fleshed it out more.
Yeah.
Either that or
look, I'm gonna send both y'all the link to that video where they're talking about that script. Then you can get back to him and be like, why did they not do this? It would have been like it might have been like the best trilogy.
Mm.
I mean, gonna get a package from Shannon. It's just gonna be like, this is all the stuff that you need to research for our next one. It's like
I'm not that. I don't have script. I'm not like I can't be like Gray Paladin. He's much more structured than I am. I'm kind of off the cuff. Let's go with the flow. See where it goes.
Emery's
I love Emery's stuff. It's great. I wish I had the time to put into stuff like this, like live streams where it's cut up into pieces and it's
he's been like relatively cool with the Acolyte, and I just really haven't talked to him too much about it because he's been too busy, and I'm just sort of like, I would get like a message and he'd be talking about who who the Sith Lord is, and I just didn't care.
You're like,
I just was like,
Smilo Ren.
Because he was like, oh, it's the Asian guy, and I'm like,
Smilo Ren.
Yeah,
because he almost gets a little.
The Glasgow grin. Yep.
That's the general consensus. Is it was like Asian guy because it was like pretty obvious, but like one would think that with creative writing, that the pretty obvious guy, it would be just a red herring, and it was actually like this person, or like, and some people were suggesting it was the little freaking otter thing, and I'm like,
come on.
If that was the case, then that would be even worse than what they did, because I don't like that character. Everyone else is like thinking it's the new freaking Grogu, and I'm just like, no, that thing needs to die.
That thing,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, somebody cut his head off.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that kid. That little ass. I don't know. It's sort of like I've been kind of like ambivalent about the show, but at the same time, I want to watch the next episode to see, like, part of me, it's like the whole.
I definitely want to see where they go with it and see if they come up with some sort of explanation for all the stuff that they've retconned. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt until it's over.
Oh yeah.
I still think that it's dog shit and that you're fucking up. I still think that at this very moment. So change my mind. I'll watch all the episodes. Change my mind. And if you don't change my mind, then I will never rewatch it except for episode 5 for 20 minutes.
Right.
The cool
No,
part.
if I'm going to critique it, I'll watch it so that I know what I'm talking about. I won't.
Yeah.
That's why I know a lot of people weren't crazy about Bad Batch after the first season. I never watched seasons 2 or 3. That's why I don't talk about it. But
I thought Bad Batch was okay. I mean, it's not great either, but it's. I watched every episode. I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah. Maybe at some point I'll watch it. But.
I tell you what, I was really disappointed with was Tales of the Empire.
Oh really? I haven't watched that yet.
I
I thought it was. It had.
I thought it should have been more evil. It was almost like it was Tales of the Jedi 2, only from somebody from the other side who swapped. Because they had what's her name? The girl who tried to
Barra Sophie.
yeah, Barrisova.
Yeah. Okay.
So like she's like
with her.
she's an inquisitor. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then she turns good in like an episode and a half. And I'm like, I thought this was Tales of the Empire. Like I want to see like ruthless shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well maybe I should be waiting for Tales of the Sith for that. But I was disappointed. I thought it should have been way darker, way more evil. I don't know.
Tales of the Sith has to be Palpatine becoming Insidious.
Oh boy, I'd love
We
that.
have to see that.
I would love that. You know what? If they never do it in live action, let me see Order 66. Let me see Anakin murdering people.
Yeah, right.
Like the scene in the hologram where he's holding somebody. He's like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Give me that, man. Give me that. Give me Sidious killing Darth Plagueis. Give me Maul, early assassination training. Something. I want something.
Give me Vader in
cool.
his prime. Give me Vader in his prime.
I'll make up a damn girl Sith and make her like the most badass motherfucker ever and just make her kill people.
Yeah, right.
There's your female strong antagonist. I don't care. I just want cool shit.
You know what I want to see?
Good writing. Good
I want to
story.
see
Writing,
what
yeah.
if. Give me
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
What if
Amen.
Anakin
Rey
never burned?
becomes dark side.
Amen.
What if Anakin never
Vader
burned?
goes
What
to the
if
light
he-
side. So you finally get to see the good guy.
White
Vader.
suit. The white suit Vader? Yes. Give me all that.
Amen.
What
You
if
could
Luke turned to the
fucking
dark side at the end of
slay.
Revenge of the Jedi?
Disney could slay with that.
I would, yes. Here, take my money.
They'll never
Exactly.
do it.
Yes.
It's too good. They'll never do it because it's too good an idea. And we're fucked. So, and on that bombshell, guys, I think I'm about done.
Okay.
All
It
right.
is.
Well,
Damn! It's past 11 o'clock. So
Yeah,
let's end this real quick. Thanks everybody for stopping by. If you did, all
I love you guys.
all,
I'm gonna
all
miss
1
you
to
so
5
much.
of you.
We had a few people in there. We
had 5 at once, I think.
Yeah.
But
You might be surprised. People will like review it and they'll be like,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They'll watch it after.
most of those
Guy.
damn live streams that you and Emery been doing, like I didn't even know they were happening, and then I watched them a day or two later.
Yep.
6 months ago, you're gonna see like a Disney Star Wars What If.
Look, no,
Yeah,
look, no. In 8 weeks, somebody's gonna message me and they're gonna be like, "You thought Phoebe Cates was in?" I'm gonna be like,
What are you, some kind of
I'm
idiot?
like, I was drunk. I was drinking the sauce. I was smoking the
John,
devil's lettuce. And
next time
I forgot. I'm
if
sorry.
we get the live stream again, we're gonna have to give this guy like a bunch of crap next time. Remember that old incident?
Ike, you're the lore keeper. Don't let us forget this. All
I'm
right?
gonna have a shirt made. It says
Phoebe Case was a
in
Christmas.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Prove me wrong.
And on the reverse,
on the back,
Done.
it's the other girl.
done.
The other girl's picture.
Yep,
I'm like, oh, sorry.
done.
I'd have you, Ike, if you wanted to. If you think you can keep up with the lunacy,
Hey, I've had Ike on a couple of mine. He'll
you
jump on.
You are always welcome, my man. Always welcome.
I've had Ike on a couple of mine. He can hold
So,
it. He can hold his own.
Next time, the very next time I have one, I will send you the link, and you may enter at your own discretion. So. As long as you promise not to rob Paradigm's warehouse.
Well, no, if we have him on
This time.
camera, we can account for him. That's
well, if he's not
Bro,
live streaming,
Bro,
then
he's got dark agents. He's like, look, I'm gonna be on the stream. Send Squad A.
Cannon.
He'll have an AI version on camera while he's going behind.
Yeah. Send Squad A to Paradigm's warehouse. Sector 4 is a weakness in this door. He'll have all the goods.
I'm going to have to request you to zip it.
When a problem comes along, you must zip it. All right. Well,
This has been fun.
It has been fun. We gotta do it a little more often.
Yeah.
So, but until let me get
I gotta go drink some water. That's what I need to do, and then I have
some water. But
water.
until next time, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Night, everybody.
I'll be prosper, my friend.
Oh look, I forgot. You gotta do it twice. Wait. You know what?
Oh yeah. The hell with it.
Wait a minute, not this one.
I'm saying, get your colors right.
My friends, Brussels.
We're a bunch of idiots.
Bye.
Yeah, but it's fun. Good night.